Hello, everybody. All right, happy Sunday to you. I'm not sure what day you'll see this actually, but it should be on Sunday after Valentine's Day. So let's get into a reading. We're going to do it for the collective. I'm going to go through all 12 zodiac signs. And so we're going to look at this from the perspective of who's coming toward you, because here they come. And so while I'm setting up here, let me see if I could clear the energy. And let me tell you a little bit about the astrology, okay? Because on Sunday, or today, we've got the moon in Aquarius and it's conjoining Pluto. Okay, so this is intense, powerful transformation. And this is the kind of combination that urges you to do some deep emotional releasing, okay? Shatter the old limitations and shift toward more of an authentic self-expression. So be yourself. In order for the right person, I was just having a conversation about this yesterday. For the right person to come toward you, you need to be authentically you. Okay, so embrace your personal evolution, become who you need to be, which is you, and release the fear, because you cannot attract the right person or have the right person around anywhere near you if you're not you, because what you'll do is you'll end up attracting somebody who in the end, once they get to know you, isn't even going to like you. And you won't like them anyway, because you'll feel like you're acting. All right, an actor could be significant. All right, let's see if I can clear this energy, get any of this channeled information out of the way. This may or may not apply to any of the individual readings. It could apply to you. This is just me calibrating. All right, so I've got a veterinary technician. You've got a hand injury to the hand. It's more than just a cat scratch. You actually injured your hand. It feels like ligament. It feels like a ligament. And it feels like something that physical therapy, occupational therapy is absolutely going to help you with. This, again, I'm not a medical doctor. Obviously, this is for entertainment purposes only, and only you would know your diagnosis. But it feels like something for the veterinary technician that you just need some occupational therapy, maybe some support there. I also have, what is that? Okay, what do I have here? Okay, so I've got somebody who works at a convenience store. I've got somebody who works at a gas station. This person that's working at the gas station, you're going through a divorce. I'm talking to a woman. This is a gas station convenience store. You're going through a divorce. The person who owes you the child support, they're going to delay a little bit longer. And this person will be found in various contempt of court, because it looks to me, I'm already looking at the order. They're in contempt, but you're going to have to push on this. They're going to have all kinds of excuses. I don't want to see you resisting, because this person is going to do a few days in jail. Okay. If you're like, no, I don't want them to miss work. They never feel sorry for you when they're doing this to you. Okay. All right. That's another one. What else is this? Okay. Okay. That little kitty cat hair is here. Like whenever I'm gone and I come back, the kitty cat goes wild. Okay. So let's see. One more. Let me just get one more. You're definitely a person who works at Walmart, and you are, what do they call that? A stalker, a shelf replenisher. I wanted that job. I want to do that job. Okay. This card is for you. The person that is I can't tell if you're male or female. I can't. The person who stalks at Walmart. Trusted friend. You have a trusted friend at work who is going to help you with this. It's about a car payment. It's about being behind on a car payment. You have a friend at work. You're a woman and so is she. And either both of you are African American or one of you is Caucasian. All right, so we're going to go right into Aries. I should make a note of this. Pardon me just a moment. I never do this, and it would save me time. Okay. Sorry about this. But if I don't, it just makes it a little bit harder for me later. Okay, so we're going into Aries. And I should set this here so I could grab it a little bit more easily. Somebody's smoking a Cuban cigar. All right, Aries. Let's see. Here they come. Who are they coming towards you, and what do they want from you? Okay, so Aries, with this current astrology, it's about your social circle. It's about friendships that need to be replaced, possibly, and aligning yourself with new connections. So Aries, who's coming towards you, and what do they want? All right. We have, we have the gold digger. I'm only going to limit this to 3 or else, it can get too complex for a quick reading. But gold digger, we've got somebody who's looking for something from you, trying to profit off of you, looking for money, trying to borrow money, potentially. Think of those themes. Aries and situationship. They're going to tell you that they've got a situation. It's a little complicated. Somebody's name is Riley. All right. Riley. I can't get the other name. What is it that they're coming toward you to tell you about a situation? They need money from you. They're going to tell you that they've been stabbed in the back, but it's not true. They're going to tell you that they need money because they've got a situation where they're quote unquote stabbed in the back, but sorry, it's not true. Okay, I think that for you, I'm going to go with Miss Cleo's tarot deck. All right, for Sunday, for Aries, somebody, here they come, coming towards you. This is a person who's going to flirt with you. Let me move this out of the way a little bit. You can't see what's going on here, but I can. Oh, all right. That's so much better. Okay, so they have not been backstabbed. They're not telling you the truth. It's not true. They flirt with you. This is somebody who's already in a relationship. They could be married. They're also a person, Hierophant to the 3 of Coins. There's somebody that deals with a lot of situationships that they cause. All right. Here we go. For Aries. Why are they doing this? What is it that they, aside from wanting something from you like money, for some of you it could be sex, but it feels like money. It feels like they want money from you, some kind of help like that. I mean, everybody will take sex if they can. All right, they're going to tell you that they're on the outs, or that they're going through a divorce, or they're breaking up, or they broke the rules is what it really is here. But they could be telling you that they are no longer with somebody if it comes up, and that's not true either. All right. I mean, they could be going through any number of things, but they're definitely not single. Aries. All right. Who is this? Ooh. Okay, we've got the Star. Yeah, they'd like to do some healing. They see you as healed. The challenge is that you're so healed that you see right past this bullshit. Okay, so Foundation. 8 of Cups. They're returning to, they've either gone back to doing something they always do. Maybe somebody needs money for alcohol. Maybe they're just going back to a situation with the 8 of Cups, hoping that you don't realize that they've actually returned to a person that they were in a relationship with. Somebody's 58 years old. Somebody could be 58 years old. The number 17 is significant. Something about 2017 could be significant. Somebody could be 17 years old here. All right. Let's see. What just happened? What just happened with the person who's, here they come walking down the street. Get the funniest looks. Okay, so we got the Hermit. All right, so, with the Hermit card and the upright, for what just happened is some truth came out, something was illuminated. I mean, this is always this is a very unusual Hermit card to me, but this is somebody who's kind of like, yeah, here I come. They've had to face some truth. They've come out of this period of self-imposed exile, or they just got out of prison. The number 9 could be significant. Life path 9, September could be significant. And yep, Something was illuminated here. And look at this, several major arcana here already. We have the moon card. They were already down. Somebody could have some interest in archaeology or in ancient Egypt or Egyptology, or somebody is of some Egyptian descent, whether they know that or they just proclaim that. But, something has been illuminated that, I think that what's illuminated is that they need some money and they need it from you, or they think that it's going to be easiest to get it from you. What's in the near future here? What's coming right up when they show up? Because they're coming. I mean, this person is going to ask. That's if it hasn't already happened today. I mean, like, you're the first sign right out of the gate. So, yep. 3 of coins. Okay, so here they want to maybe tell you that they actually have an interesting proposition that they would like to present to you. Maybe they're like, hey, look, I will let you hold my car note. And you don't realize you don't know that they don't even have that car. They're going to try to offer you something in exchange for what it is that they want from you, but they definitely want you to watch them, or they're going to demonstrate something in front of you or give you something. It's going to be like a token. They're going to tell you, like, here, I'm going to let you hold this ring or this watch, and you don't know, like, the ring is worthless or not worth much. They're going to tell you, well, it's so sentimental to me. And so you would think that they don't want to lose it. Somebody could be trying to borrow $300 from you. You'll never get it back. So, if you want to give it away, go ahead. All right, let's see. I mean, okay, with Pentacles, it could take 3 years to get this back. I don't think you're going to get it back if you give this person the money. So I don't know. But this feels like maybe this was somebody that you were in a relationship with. That's why this person is coming towards you. Like, so this romantic prospect, if this is a romantic prospect, is somebody who's just coming towards you for money. I'm sorry to say that happens, to the best of us. Okay, so for the 7 of Swords in reverse, this person may have literally been caught stealing before, or they stole before, or they've done this to you before. All right, so what does everybody else think about this? What's the energy here with the community? All right. And we're going to do bonus charms, after this. So we've got the Knight of Cups. Yeah, definitely somebody who just wants to come and kind of schmooze you, make you some kind of a love offer. This money is tied to the love offer. They want something from you. Aries, if this is a person from your past, beware, because there's it seems to me that this was some kind of a relationship or situationship. We've got the Temperance card. So this is a person that could have in the past had difficulty alchemizing or blending their life or getting on with life, could have had an alcohol addiction there, because in the hopes and fears that would represent, obviously hoping to alchemize things. But, this person in this art is like really pouring that glass. Okay, and for the outcome, we have the 7 of Cups in reverse. This is an illusion. They're just drowning in something. They could have, because I was talking about child support and somebody else, this could be you. And, maybe they're behind in child support and they're trying to pay that back, because we have the 3 of Wands and they don't see any other help coming toward them. They don't see any other way to do this other than by asking you. So that's what you need to be careful of, because this person is coming toward you because they think that you're the person that's going to be able to give them the money. All right. And if you have any doubts about it, 6 of Wands, they want a victory and they want to get away with it with you. Now, this is because they got to do something in public. This is something that's going to be visibly seen. And what I didn't show you on the other side is the moon. There still are a lot of things here that they're keeping hidden. Okay, so I'm going to make a note of this again. Sorry about that, but it'll just make it easier for me. Moving on to Taurus. All right, Taurus. It'll just make it a little bit faster for me, rather than searching for it later. Okay, Taurus. Let's see what the curiosity has to do with this. What is the tea? What is it? Somebody has to do with this. Something has something to do with this, or something to do with this, because I don't usually say it that way, Taurus. All right, now for you, this is a time of intense focus, to focus intensely. An intense focus. This is on your career. This is on your ambitions. because what you're looking for is long-term, a very long-term major transformation. Okay, this is like a life path transformation. So we know that you are doing something or need to do something or in the midst of doing something. Oh, some of you are getting married, and be careful because there's somebody out there. All right, let's look into what is part of this. Let's get some clues. We're going to stick to 3. All right. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, tell us what's coming up here. Or Taurus, what's going on today? What's this transformation? What does this have to do with the person coming toward them? Who's the person coming toward them? All right. We have breaking free. You have broken free of some cycle of something here, and you have transformed, which aligns perfectly with what your astrology is today, right now. You know, this vibe for the week. All right. So breaking free, because this is, you know, pretty heavy stuff we're dealing with. Taurus, I almost said Aquarius. There's, again, you could be dealing with an Aquarius, and Aquarius is on your mind. Consequences and getting free. Exactly. This is about something transformed, somebody you know, or you yourself could recently have, you know, completed your debt to society and been able to break free of the consequences there that are quite obvious. All right, Taurus, it could be you or somebody you know. For some of you, you're trying to help prevent somebody from ending up in the clink. You know, almost doesn't want to. What about this? And this person coming towards you could actually be somebody who, yeah, they could have been somebody who recently has paid their debt to society and is no longer in jail or prison, God forbid. That's very sad. But people who, you know, they pay their debt to society, they're allowed to transform. And we almost had it in the reverse, but we have the ex drama. This is your ex that's coming toward you. What's with the exes right now? Okay, okay, we're going to have to go Cosmic Tarot on ya. All right, tell us about Taurus and this right off the bat. 3 of Wands. Okay, so there you are, starting a new future, looking ahead, striking. Oh my gosh. This card shouldn't be in the upright, so I'm going to take it. You're looking ahead. You see that your ships are coming in. You see that the new is coming towards you. You've got these plans. This is what you're planning for because you're looking at long-term goals. And I'm going to cover up her boobie there, but we have the World. Okay, so with the World card, you know, you've ended a major cycle. I'm going to turn it over just in case it matters. You know, I don't know if you could really, can you really see that boobie there? Not really. Kind of blurs that nibble out there a little bit. Okay, so let's just leave it because it looks like it isn't something that'll be picked up. Okay, so here we are with you ending a cycle. I almost couldn't say that. Yeah, a cycle isn't ending. The ex is going to bring some drama toward you. This could be somebody that's an ex. Now, it could be an ex-friend. Doesn't have to be an ex-partner. We have the King of Swords, but this is in the upright, so don't worry. So we could have an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This particular card in the Cosmic Tarot is wearing the Libra symbol. Birds are significant. Flight, birds of prey. Okay, so let's see. Messages are significant here. So at the foundation, I think that you could be with a person. And remember, I said that I almost said Aquarius, and an Aquarius is important to you. It could be that this person is stabilized. The Aquarius that you're worried about is going to become more stable. If it doesn't refer to this person or that situation, then it just means that you are standing in your power, in your truth, holding your own. All right. And in the fading influence, why is this person coming towards you? What is passing? What recently happened? We have the Hanged Man in reverse. So somebody's looking at this every kind of which way, up, down, left, right. You know, maybe this is a situation where you martyred yourself before and you are done with it, but they are not. This is always such a spooky card to me. The Hanged Man in reverse. And for, let's see, for the crowning influence, what is at the top of the matter here? What is the crowning reason, the main reason why this person is coming towards you? I think they're coming towards you, obviously, because you're breaking free. And, whoa, okay. Flew over onto the Hanged Man. They are definitely thinking of you, rethinking you. And we have the 3 of Pentacles. They want to rework something with you. They want to see if they can reinvent this wheel with you. The person coming towards you from the past is an ex. And it could be that, you know, either they got out of prison or you got out of prison or jail or whatever, but they're they're an ex or somebody that you have, recently know. It could be very recent with this kind of a short-term reading, but it could be somebody that you're no longer friends with, and they're like, but hey, but I want to work with you again. Let's start over. Let's get into the shenanigan. Let's see if we can balance this thing out. And then in the near future, let's see what's the next move anybody makes here. I suddenly am just like really, really warm, warmer than usual. I'm getting something here. Hang on just a second. That's somebody, make sure that, okay, so make sure that there isn't an autoimmune situation going on that, it could just be like osteoarthritis, but I don't know, because I'm also getting that there's like an infection, that there's some swelling, it's making me feel uncomfortable. It's making me feel very warm. I don't know. Somebody has a basketball injury. Okay, so near future, like maybe you're a little bit older than you should be and you're playing basketball. Well, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but you got to take it easy too. All right. Somebody says mofo a lot. I've got like a person that says mofo. All right, let's see. Coming in the near future, they almost don't want me to see what this is. Somebody doesn't want me to see what this is. Why don't you want me to see what this is? Mofo, all right. The King of Wands in the reverse is a motherfucker. Okay, so the King of Wands in reverse, a person coming towards you is some kind of a player from the past, snake oil salesman. I don't know why I'm getting Slurpees and 7-Eleven, but like, I guess I'm not going to say this. The person coming towards you is somebody who's like, they're the type that starts a business. Every business, if you look into their history, they've started every kind of business. And like, I don't know what's wrong with them, like if they're a flake or if they've got a problem, but this could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And we have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Definitely somebody who needs some infusion of capital here. Maybe they're just trying to rework this just because they see that you're happy and that you're moving on. And Taurus was trying to start new things, new alliances. They see that you're no longer going to be alone and they're like, oh, crap. Okay, because now we've got the 9 of Wands. So in the current environment with you looking pretty and not going to be alone for very much longer, if not at all, with the cards that we've seen. And the 9 of Wands here, this person is feeling defensive. This person is like, well, I have a wand. Why don't you want my wand? This is a person, because the 9 of Wands isn't just about feeling defensive. This is a person who's also pissed off that they've been caught and they feel like everybody's coming at them. Okay, so let's see what's in the hopes and fears. Who am I picking up on? Yeah, they're afraid of this because we got the 9 of Pentacles and we have the 10 of Pentacles. It's them. I'm picking up on their fear is they're like, oh my gosh, here comes Superman. The superhero is here for this person. I could be talking to a female right now. Very likely I'm talking to a female that this person knows. It could be somebody's college. I'm getting a college roommate, somebody's college roommate or old college roommate. It's the one that you're involved with. I don't think you know that these people actually know each other. At some point they've known each other. That's significant. All right, let's see. So what's the outcome here? Huh. Wow. Yeah, picking up on them. I mean, I'm sure that at some point this made you very sad as well. This is always the card that makes me think of sad John Travolta. Somebody could have black hair. They could look like a sad John Travolta, but somebody wants to return and they don't know how. They want to move on and they can't because in the traditional, art, there is a figure that is, peacefully walking away to go find that 9th cup. But in this art, we've got the person who's staring at the one cup that they're missing. It's almost like missing the thing that's right in front of your face. Somebody could be watching you on social media, Taurus. All right, let's see. What's the summary here? Yep, 2 of Cups in reverse. This is like a love story that has gone wrong. You broke free from somebody. Maybe you were in a relationship with somebody that felt like a prison. Maybe somebody had you on an island, like an island doesn't have to actually be a physical island. But when I say island, I mean like somebody has literally kept you stranded somewhere to where it's difficult for you to move around or you can't do anything without somebody's permission. Let me look at something here. Yeah, because this person was a liar. You detected the lies. This is somebody that you could have left a relationship with. You could be covered in tattoos on the arms, sleeves or whatever they call them, and one or the other. Choose your gender. Somebody figured something out. Something definitely about social media is significant here. I don't know. All right, let's see. Moving on to this is distracting me doing it this way, but it's just going to make it easier and faster for me to get this to you. All right. For Gemini. All right, moving on to Gemini. Let's see what's going on with you. The Cosmic Tarot, this is such a heavy deck, and not because the cards are any heavier than any others. It's just because it's for me it's a very weighty deck. All right, so Gemini, let's think about you. Okay. I got to picture this in my head. Okay, so for Gemini, all right, the current astrology here, Moon in Aquarius. Okay, so you need to broaden your horizon. Okay, so this is about traveling. This is also, again, Pluto, deep transformation, learning something new. This is about learning that transforms your life. Maybe you need a new job skill. Maybe you need to just shift your perspective so that you can transform. You're shifting your perspective significantly, though, with Pluto shift the perspective significantly. What was that? Oh, kitty, kitty. It's cute. All right. She's a little bit shy, so what are you doing? What are you doing? She's doing something. Maybe you have a kitty cat, Gemini? All right, Gemini, let's get 3 cards to get an idea of what's going on for you. All right. Troubled past. So you could be leaving. Oh, there you are. You could be leaving a difficult past behind or leaving people in the situations that are troubling to you behind. You're leaving something. She's just going to go crazy right now. You can't hear this. She's nice and toasty and warm and excited because I'm with her. Okay. She's hilarious. Okay, so we've got an unsent text. So leaving behind somebody, maybe we're going to send somebody a text on Valentine's Day and you're like, no, I thought that through. I am just releasing the temptation. Oh, because somebody has a double life. And, this could resonate with you a little bit more. Not that Geminis are duplicitous, but you know what it's like to kind of Gemini's good at being able to kind of play both sides of the room, or they're really good with, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and my friend is also my friend's enemy. It's like, that you guys can, how to do this. You could have actually been having a relationship with a Gemini who was the negative type of duplicity, so somebody had a double life here. Maybe you were like, yeah, I might reach out and say something. No, maybe I won't. Okay, and good for you, because we can always feel a certain kind of way and let that pass. It's good to maybe write the message or do whatever. Maybe even better to write it out with pen and paper, and that way you don't risk accidentally sending it or giving into the temptation of emailing it or whatever. I don't know. Are you still thinking about somebody from your past, Gemini? Try not to. Like, even if something bubbles up or somebody reminds you of something. Somebody brought something up to me the other day about somebody from my past, and I'm like, that was like freaking 50 years ago. Well, I mean, maybe not 50 years ago because I'm 57, but, I'm like, that was like half a century ago. I don't know. I always think that's because somebody from my past will tell somebody else to contact me, and they're just trying to put out their feelies. They are having feelies right now. And that could have happened with you. Maybe we're just trying to put a feeler out there. Maybe somebody's putting feelers out to you. Maybe it's like what happened to me, that I was completely like, yeah, I know what's going on. That's why, just Oh, this feels weird. You really wanted to. You really wanted to hear from this person, or somebody really wanted to hear from you. This is very strange energy. It's going to take me a second here. I don't know who Greg is. What about you? Okay, we have the sun in reverse. It was a no. All right, here we go. Gemini, who is it that's coming toward you? It's somebody that you didn't send a text to, or they didn't, or you wanted to. It's somebody with a troubled past, or you left them behind in the past because they were a duplicitous person, like a two-faced, a double, agenda type person, and they may have sent somebody to come talk to you to just kind of feel things out. Like I'll get people that do. They want to know whether I'm dating somebody or not, and yeah, Two of Pentacles. This is a person who doesn't want to juggle it. I don't want to be a player no more. This is somebody who's going to, try to tell you they don't want to be a player anymore. Maybe you don't want to be a player anymore, right, Gemini? Okay, so somebody's playing. Air signs. Well, I shouldn't say air signs because Aquarius really isn't like this, but Gemini and Libra, you guys can. You know what I mean? And it could, like I'm saying, you could be dealing with this, could be a Gemini or a Libra now that I've said that. And you're like, oh, hell no. Okay. This person's like, don't walk away. All right. So this is the person coming towards you. It's like somebody's going to try to keep you from, whoa, but it's over. But it's over. You know that I'm getting a weird feeling about this. This is somebody who could be coming towards you to gaslight you, to say, I'm reaching out from the dark abyss, from the void of the past, because I just want to let you know it's over. And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? This has been over for 20 years. What the Gemini? You guys are funny people. I get along with Gemini and Libra people very well. I don't have, well, Gemini is my midheaven, and so there's just that, but I get along with them very well because they are entertaining. Yeah, you've either moved on to something stable or this is already present, so let me think about this before I say anything, Gemini, because this is kind of funny to me. I'm not saying that your life is funny or the situation is funny, but there's something funny about this situation. You could have been married to this person and they're like gaslighting you to somebody's name is Bruno, literally Bruno. I don't know, maybe the sand dunes, the Bruno sand dunes are significant to you. All right. This is somebody that I'm getting gaslighting. Somebody's gaslighting somebody here. Like, I just want to let you know that it's over. It's like, bitch, this was over 13 years ago. The number 13 is significant, not just because it's on the death card, okay? 2013 could be significant. Also, 2004 is significant. Okay, let's see. Bruno. Uh-huh. Yeah, player. Somebody wants to bring an excited wand to you. Maybe somebody in the past just had an excited wand. It's going in that direction. Maybe they were giving that wand to everybody, like one of those people. All right. So what is it that they're trying? What is this now? Yeah, they want a new beginning. I want a new beginning to be able to gaslight you, although I'm already off the cliff. I'm at the bottom. I lost my sack. Somebody's been teabagged. Okay, I won't say too much more. I don't know why I'm going to say that to you because I don't know who I'm talking to, but somebody's been teabagged. I can't breathe. No pun intended. I don't know. Maybe this was a prank. I don't know. Is somebody bunking me? Are you bunking me with your energy? Okay, so here, what's coming in the near future? Why is this person with a double two-faced, double life, wanting to send a text, wanting to gaslight you to tell you that it's over when it was over already a long time ago? Yeah, it could have been, 3 days or 13 hours ago. I don't know. Only you know how this applies. Yeah, because it's a no-go and they're just trying to sleep with you, and somebody could have, this card always gives me the vibe of somebody having a venereal disease. you know, this could also be, if you look at it, it also could be like a penis and, the spermatozoa here trying to penetrate the ovum. Let's not get too technical, but, I look at this and with that kind of dirty cloud, doesn't this give you an idea of somebody who has a venereal disease? Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm about to say something terrible too. There is a Gemini out here. I'm not saying that it's you because I would not say that. But there's a Gemini. You actually know a hooker. You actually know a prostitute. You know somebody who will actually sleep with someone to either couch surf, to have a place to sleep, or for some pocket change. This is so sad. I'm so sorry. There's no difference to me between a high-class hooker and somebody that'll sleep with you for pocket change or a couch. It's all fucked up. It's all disgusting. That's how you end up with venereal diseases and spiritual diseases. I don't know why that's important. Maybe, Gemini, what I need to tell you is that you need to be very cautious with people like this because, unless you're a therapist, and even so, you got to be trained, to be able to work with people like this to help them out of their situations, because so often they have every excuse, or they'll say, oh, I like it. I just like having sex, so I might as well let you buy me a Slurpee. Fuck. All right. Okay, whatever. Let's see. I respect, people who need to do whatever they need to do to take care of their children. But in this day and age, or at least here in the United States, and, I could tell you there's no reason you never have to turn to prostitution. I have never had to prostitute myself in any way or exchange sex for any reason to do anything. I would rather starve on a corner. Okay, so I don't know. That's significant. You actually know a person. You actually know. Maybe your past person was like a hooker, prostitute, gigolo with a disease. Like, oh my God, somebody could have a drug issue. Okay, let's see. I don't want to go too far. Oh, there it is. Well, and there it was. Yeah, it's what it was. This is somebody that you've helped in the past, just as I'm talking about the prostitute and prostitution, or, and prostitution doesn't have to be because somebody has a business card and they're on a corner, or a high class hooker that looks like a runway model, but that's a prostitute, I don't know. But this is a person you may have helped before, that you were merciful to before, that you gave, support and succor to, this is this is not good. I don't know what. Somebody's a pimp. You weren't the pimp. Somebody knew about this. I don't know why this is very significant about the prostitutes and the hooking and the hoes and the pimps and the disgusting people doing disgusting things. Like, yeah, because I'm going to say it, because if a person is doing that, you're disgusting. And if you are a patron of these services, you are disgusting. You are disgusting. You're not helping this person. You're hurting this person. Even it's like, well, if they're selling it, yeah, well, I worked at a casino where I could tell. I knew. I could tell. Whoa, yeah. There was another one in here too. A lot of these are showing and then they're not showing. Prostitute. Okay, so we have the Emperor card. So the challenge is, you already know. You could be the Emperor. You could be an Aries. You could be a person that says, you know what? You're not coming back to gaslight me because you want to sleep on my couch, or you want a Slurpee from 7-Eleven, or you're just like, because I will take you to a women's shelter, or I will help coordinate some help with you, but you are not coming into my house. You are not coming into my life. I am an Emperor. You could be, flip and switch the roles, but the community sees this. This is a person who could be having issues with law enforcement as well, maybe even the town mayor. You never know. Okay, if it were in the reverse, I would say that the town mayor has been a customer of the prostitute. It's seriously significant. Somebody was doing something shady here. Okay, I don't, once people are recovered from this, just like, people that are recovered and have paid their debt to society, but the thing is, there's a mark there that leaves a mark. It's often better, or I suggest people that have done things like that, just, start a new life somewhere and, be a better person. Okay, love yourself more. We have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, so definitely this could be somebody that you work with. This could be somebody that the person coming towards you. This could be somebody who, You know, if it wasn't a relationship, yeah, this was somebody that maybe you partied with. Maybe this is somebody that you could have shared a home with and partied with. Oh my gosh. So the person coming towards you, Gemini, this is a person that could have been involved in prostitution, the hookerization, or you're the gigolo nation, or somebody who, you know, was a patron of the. Is that the right way to put it? How the fuck do you put this? How do I put this? What do you call this? A customer? Okay, so let's see. You know, if somebody says, well, you know, I'm not a prostitute because I wasn't actually charging money. Yeah, you're still a prostitute if you're trading it for something, lady. All right, get a grip. Well, maybe that's the problem was you put your grip on it and said it wasn't prostitution. Yeah, well, it's a sexual act. Uh-huh. King of Wands in reverse. You need to say no to this person, Gemini, because this person is a problem. Okay? Helping people while they are actively prostituting or engaging in these services. I am having a hard time. I don't even want to deliver this message. I'm having a hard time. The person coming toward you is a person who has been involved in prostitution. There could be drug addiction. They could still be actively an addict, but it looks like there is a sexual component to this. I'm having a real hard time with this. I don't like that at all, Gemini. Be very, very careful. All right, so moving along to Cancer. Whew, that's a lot for me. I have been in some serious financial challenges before, and I could tell you I may not be the brightest spark, but I've never had to be a prostitute or trade myself for any damn thing. Never going to happen either. Yeah, everybody could kiss my ass. You know, don't kiss my ass. Nobody's allowed to touch me. Okay, so whoa. Yeah, no, don't touch me. You could explode. I don't care. All right, only never mind. All right, so let's see for Cancer. Let's think about this for you, Cancer. Got a picture, a chart in my head. Okay, so for you, it's Moon in Aquarius would be psychological. You know, there's intuition here. You're changing your mind, transforming your opinions as they relate to resources and shared resources and intimacy. Okay, partnerships, transformation for you, Cancer. Boy, that message got crazy. I was uncomfortable with that. Let's like, we don't want it. Okay. We have to be careful. It's not that we don't want to help people. You help them from a safe distance. You do not associate with that. Let me tell you something. I was, like I said, I worked at a casino and I know what I was seeing. And it was just a little podunk casino in a podunk little town. Okay. And yet there were still hookers there. And I saw prostitution in the community. And it wasn't with like people that nobody who was close to me. But I know what I was looking at. And, I had to I was letting my boss know that's a prostitute. I'm not going to be here if there's prostitutes that are actually walking up and if these people are not 86. You got to get rid of them because if I'm a decent paying customer, I don't want to be surrounded with this. Although we had gentlemen there that were customers that were, I saw a few things that were very interesting. Somebody else told me, what do you expect? Well, I expect more, especially like from the people that I see. I expect more. I don't expect less. And then there were times I would walk through that casino and in my head, I'm like, that's a prostitute. She's hoping. And yet I would walk by a couple times and I knew that she knew that I knew that she was a high class hooker is what you are. I could tell. Couple of the casinos, both casinos I worked at, I could tell you which ones. I'm looking at you going, yeah, you're a prostitute. One casino was really good about getting rid of them very quickly, and then the other one was not, for different reasons. All right, so somebody has a title here. Maybe you're working toward a title. Cancer, who's coming towards you and why? Now that we've got that wretched story out. dirty laundry. So you could be working in brainwashing or dirty laundry washing, or the person coming toward you could be somebody who's just trying to use you for what they can. Because you'll notice here in this reflection, it isn't just like a laundromat. Look at how there's like, it looks like there's water at the bottom. It looks like something's overflowing. It's not just a reflection, because you could see that it's not even and smooth. There's something about, there's something here about the person coming towards you. Now, this could be multiple. I'm getting multiple people coming towards you. I mean, there's multiple cycles there. These could be cycles and cycles where you're just trying to maybe pick through people, sort through people, and then you keep finding, oh my God, you're all dirty laundry. Well, washing machines have had, history with dirty laundry. But the person coming towards you, be careful, Cancer. Okay, this person could have some dirty laundry that isn't out yet. Scam alert. Okay, person coming towards you could be some kind of a scammer. That could be that, you've got a detective or somebody works in law enforcement near you who's the one, because it wanted to go this way, who's outing that dirty laundry. Okay, so let's see. Could be law enforcement officer. We're not going to Mirandize anybody. We're not asking any questions. All right, let's see. Somebody has a title. Yeah, that could be a law enforcement officer. Somebody could be in the military. Somebody could be military, law enforcement, because somebody could work for the DOJ. Somebody could work in the court system, but with dirty laundry, scam alert. This could be a detective, or this could be the friggin' criminal. All right. I don't know why I was going to get one more, but we did. Gold digger. Somebody's after some money. Okay, be very careful with that. All right, which deck are we going toward? I think we're going to lighten the mood and go with the Housewives Tarot for Cancer, because you're ruled by the moon. All right, so we've got the psychological and intuitive transformative emphases, all right, regarding shared resources and intimacy. So let's see what's going on. All right. Here we go, Cancer. Now that wasn't, I didn't put enough effort into that. Somebody's not putting enough effort into something. Somebody put too much effort into something. All right. Yep. 4 of Cups. All right. So you're rejecting anybody who comes towards you that's already some kind of a problem. Rejecting people, with active substance abuse issues. Rejecting people that are offering you something, like that little sword in the 4 of Cups already reminds me of somebody putting something in your drink, or somebody trying to, feed you an illusion, because the other 3 cups here are empty. But I'm going to hand you the one with the sword in it. Take that as you will. Just reject people that are trying to sell you a party lifestyle, or the person coming towards you wants to sell you a party lifestyle. Let me look at something here. This is weird. Because if you look at that glass, I don't know if you can see that very closely. It looks like somebody's also offering you a rose in this, looks like a sex on the beach drink. All right. So just be aware of that. The person coming towards you, for whatever reason, this could be a friendship. This could be whatever. I did say, here he comes, but he could be anybody. He could be a she. He could be he, she, he, she. Okay, so somebody likes the movie Mrs. Doubtfire. Somebody's a cross-dresser. Okay, so we've got somebody could be unsure of their whatever. I'm not getting into that. It's too annoying. All right, we have the Star in reverse. So the person coming, as the challenge, you are somebody's wish fulfillment, or it is your wish for somebody to come towards you. All right, let's see. He was a she. Okay, so now we have the High Priestess. All right, for the Foundation, you're using your intuition. Foundation, High Priestess, and the Star, you're using your intuition. You're going to see this person coming a mile away, or you're going to be like, nah, I could tell all of y'all. All right, so you're going to be able to, you have a good idea what people are up to when they're trying to bring you a 4 of Cups. That's also you rejecting feeling depressed. You're not going to feel so depressed that you just allow anybody who's a gold digger, or somebody who, I'm not saying that if you own a dirty laundry, maybe somebody owns a dirty laundry facility. I don't know. I always find it curious, people with small businesses. We have the Chariot. Look at that, 3 major arcana. We have the Chariot. You've moved on from this person who wants to come toward you, or this next energy coming toward you. You're transforming your own psychology. So you're saying, I'm moving on from this. I'll take my risks. I'll take my chances to see if my choices lead me to gain. Yeah, damn, that's already 4 major arcana. Wow, Cancer, like you're saying no. You're putting an end to this. You're putting the lid on this fucking jar of salmonella, and you're saying, I've had enough of this. I'm using my intuition to move forward here, and I will continue to end cycles that are not healthy. All right, transformation. Oh, great. Okay, so coming in the near future is the Empress. Now, it was here with the Temperance card in reverse, and I usually would honor that and put it somewhere, and I feel like I can't. You have an Empress coming towards you, the next person who will be of significance coming towards you, or the next person you got to make sure to hold out for as you reject what isn't healthy for you is a freaking Empress, Cancer. That's why you've been doing this work to say no to gold diggers, destiny diggers, people who just have dirty laundry that they're trying to hide under illusions, that you got to be practically you may have a title. You could be the detective. You could be a psychologist with the title card dirty laundry and the scam alert. Okay, because what would a psychologist or therapist job be? Okay, well, you're trying to figure out what's going on there in the subconscious. Okay, so here we have strength. You got, look at this. You only have one minor arcana. Holy cow. All right. So we've got the strength card. So you've been able to work through this. Tame your beast. Wow, that one flew all the way over here. Hang on. You're not going to believe this. The Tower card. And it was wanting to be in the reverse. You have an incredible reading, very powerful reading here, Cancer. You have gone through a lot. You have really transformed. And as you have, so have you transformed your life. Okay, so the Tower means that you averted a lot of weird shit suspended in some disgusting jello confection. Please don't do that to me. I've seen that before. I'm old enough. I'm so old. I know what that is. All right, I don't want it. Don't do it to me. The only thing I want in jello, it better be sweet. It needs to be sweet jello. I don't like green jello. I don't want key lime anything. And there needs to be something sweet and fruity. Don't you dare put vegetables in my jello or I will have a kind of attack. Okay, so Tower was avoided, like maybe there were people in the past that were not good for you, seriously, like concerning people. And you were able to say, no, I'm not having that, because if everybody else called you picky, well, you're like, yeah, I'm picky then. What's wrong with that? Let me tell you, even at my age, I have learned, even when you think you've met the best of the best and you find out that they suck, that they actually are shit people, you learn to no longer believe the plastic badge of authority, that just because it looks like you're wearing a badge or it looks like you're a person who's decent, upstanding member of the community, you could be some son of a bitch that is actually out to scam you and hurt you. All right. You learn to say no. Now, I say that with all confidence because, again, title card, dirty laundry, gold digger, scam alert. You may have bumped into somebody with a plastic badge of authority that might as well have come from, the costume shop at Halloween. There could be somebody, you could have investigated somebody that was wearing, there's somebody here. This applies to you, Cancer. There's somebody here that had to investigate a person who was impersonating a law enforcement officer. Now, this could be where they were like, no, I am or was retiring. No bullshit. Once you're out, you're out. Sorry. This is somebody wore a plastic badge of authority, Cancer. That's significant to you. All right. Hopes and fears. Two of them popped out right on the Empress. We're going to take them both. Knight of Swords, you don't want any more liars, nobody that's going to hurt you, nobody that's going to cut you emotionally, nobody that's a player on a motorcycle. But, the Knight of Swords wants to fight with you. Those are fighting words, okay? And the Ten of Pentacles, you could have been, or two, oh, I said 10. Well, we're going to leave it at that because you may have had a long-term relationship with somebody who was an angry, argumentative. You could have had somebody this way, and that could have been what led you to really do that deep psychological introspection, more than just a dark night of the soul. This is where you really decided to dissect your brain. You wanted to know I'm talking to somebody, you're a psychologist, you're a psychotherapist, you're a therapist, psychoanalyst. Okay, so that card wants to come out, but not quite yet. All right, for the summary card, who's coming towards you. So the person coming towards you is a person who was, yep, just like I described. Just as I described. The fake emperor. When you have an empress right here, this is who's trying to come towards you, Cancer. Be careful, because this is the most plastic badge of authority you're ever going to see, standing on a little friggin' card table with his little, Napoleon mustache, little Hitler mustache, I mean. And he's just made out of bullshit he found in his kitchen, kind of like the badge and the uniform that he got at the costume shop, or he, pulled it out of his, somebody was in the military. Okay, so moving on to, where are we at? We're going to Leo. All right. All right, so moving on to Leo. Leo, let's see what's in the cards for you. All right, for your astrology, Leo. Okay, so this is about relationships, Leo. This is where relationships are tested. This is where we transform relationships. That's what this astrology will mean for you. So this is a time for you to redefine what intimacy and partnerships actually mean. Now, it depends. Some of you are very young, and so you're trying to figure that out and test it. Please don't get hurt. Please don't do anything foolish. Please don't do anything stupid. Remember that everything on the internet is forever, including if you don't know what your identity is and you portray that confusion all over the place. It doesn't mean that you can't express it, but then you'll one day realize that everybody else saw what that is. And even though we don't really need to worry about other people's opinions of us, our opinions, they do stand for something. They do mean something, because later in the future, let's say that you're married and divorcing, going through a custody battle, internet is forever. And if it gets contentious enough, somebody who's an analyst, somebody who's a therapist, somebody who's going to investigate, who's going to look all of that up. Let's just say that you're unfortunately involved in something, even defending your position in some kind of a crime, some court situation. Guess what somebody like me is going to do? We're going to pull all of that out. All right. Now look at the reality of the thing too, as it relates to jobs. Jobs, look, you put information out there on public and anybody is going to look and see who you are on the internet. Okay. I know a person who has really literally destroyed their life by all of their weird cuckery that they have put out on the internet, and somehow thinking that they deleted it from Twitter is going to make a difference. No, it doesn't. It's forever. All right. That's why it's so delicious and juicy. Like if you find out that anybody did anything with your social media, impersonated you, IPs are forever. You think law enforcement can't find you? Law enforcement can find you. All right. It's also, if it becomes interstate crime, you're going to have the FBI involved. Okay, so that could resonate for some of you that are Leo, that somebody has done something with your social media, digital profile, your digital identity, manipulated something, made you look like something. Maybe somebody tried to say you're gay and you're not gay. Somebody, not that that matters whether you are or aren't, but obviously it makes life harder when somebody is trying to say that you're something that you're not. That's significant. Okay, let's see. Somebody's name is, okay, this isn't a name. Prager you. Oh, please. I don't want to. Okay. Somebody went to Orange Coast College, right? Orange County, California. I'm not going to say anything until I see the third one, because I've got such a... Who's coming towards you, Leo? Okay, so we've got misunderstood, somebody who definitely tried to slander you or libel you in the past or digitally manipulate something. Sorry, I have to go this way. Somebody doing candle work, somebody doing the work, burning the candle at both ends to screw up your reputation and make you look one way, or somebody who has the idea that they're going to compromise. They're going to try to get some compromising information on you or use it against you, because we have the burning bridges in reverse. This could be a person coming back from the past who has done all of the above to you. Which deck are we going to? Tarot of the Modern Witch. Okay, so Leo, the person that's coming towards you is somebody that I'm getting that there's another person here, even though the cards don't represent it. There's somebody else that's better for you that's like just around the corner, just around the corner. Maybe you live near this person. I was just talking about casinos. You could live near a casino, go to a casino. Please be careful. Because I'm not saying that bad people go to casinos. Bad people also go to Disneyland. But, casinos, we have to remember, can often embody ill repute, a house of ill repute. I'm not saying that people that, like I said, that even, proprietors, they don't need to do that. Look, fuck, I could have a 7-Eleven and I sell you a lottery ticket. Am I a casino? Do I know who's the prostitute walking in the door? Or, you know what I mean? But, it's good to move on from that, okay? Like, it doesn't have to be an entire career. Somebody works on a Disney cruise line. Somebody's a card dealer for a Disney cruise line. Okay. I don't know. You can be in the world and not of the world. For example, you could work at a casino and never have gambled in your life. All right, let's see. I don't know. It depends. Like if it depends on what side of the spiritual side you are, because like I said, pedophile, can be found at Disneyland looking at the children or the teenage girls. Somebody here, like, I better stop there or we're going to go into a full reading. And this is just kind of a mini reading. All right. The person coming towards you who not only misunderstood you, but tried to propagate lies. Somebody who was trying to get people to believe. Why do you have the hater here, Leo? Oh. All right, somebody you burn bridges with, somebody who doesn't want to burn the bridge with you, somebody who's definitely trying to set it on fire. Because we have the Ace of Swords in reverse, somebody who's trying to really stick it to you. You discover this person's a liar, or you will soon Oh, see, these cards don't lie. Shakira. Okay, so we've got the Three of Swords. This is somebody that bridges, spell work, lied about you, lied to you, slander, could have cheated on you. Got swords already. Two of Pentacles, a juggler juggling. All right, this is reading like a horror novel. Somebody's a writer, somebody's an author, somebody's writing a book, somebody's a ghostwriter. Okay, two cards popped out, the Lovers, because a choice was made to free yourself from that situation. This is a person that you could have had a karmic tie with. This could have been an interracial relationship. And then we have the Hermit, flew all the way over onto the spell work. For some of you, this does resonate that somebody was doing some kind of bullshit kitchen witchery. I think I'm in a coven. All right, not saying that covens are bad. There are plenty of people like to walk around in bathrobes with sticks in the woods. I'm not saying anything about it. I'm getting the vibe off of this, that this is somebody who's just trying to project onto you, is projecting onto you. Somebody spying on you on social media, pretending to be a kitchen witch. Like, I'm going to put you in the freezer. Go ahead, bitch. Do it. Do it. Freeze me up. All right, let's see. 10 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, the person coming towards you is somebody that you've already had some relationship with in the past. And it's really, even if there wasn't any cheating involved and if it wasn't too bad, they're connected to some messed up people here. Like sometimes you have to remember that you're getting to a relationship, not just with that person, with the people connected to them. Somebody resonates with people interfering with the relationship, like getting all up in it, just talking. Yep. Because there we have the coven of bitches, because we got, people that were all up in here. People like somebody thinks they're a freaking mermaid with lavender hair and, I don't know, green boots. And is that a guy wearing a dress? No, that's a woman wearing a dress. I don't know. There's some unusual types here that make me uncomfortable, like not because of their fashion choices, but because they talk shit. Because you were involved with a fake empress type, could have been an emperor in reverse, or that was the main, like I'm the kitchen witch coven leader. Seven of Swords in reverse. Your fear is that these people will come back for more, or there will be more of this. Well, yes, if you let this person back into your life, there will be more of this. What you're afraid of is probably what you should be afraid of, because we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse as the outcome. Somebody who's very selfish, somebody who's very money-centric, somebody's only focused on the accoutrement or the name brands, or that they drive some particular kind of car or not. They don't care about the environment. They don't care. Look, if this is some kind of ex-wife or something, this is a worst wife, like one of the worst wives in the tarot, because she should be in the upright. Knight of Wands, player. Right there, we've got somebody who is a player, somebody who's got a wand, somebody with a hand on the wand. Maybe their hand's always on the wand. And this is somebody who makes terrible fashion choices. All right, let me get you just a couple more here because this is pretty bizarre. All right, you are the magician. You can change this. You don't have to have this. You can do what you want to do with this, but there's definitely somebody involved who's doing some weird shit or thinks by burying a jar somewhere. You know, the karma catches up with all these people. And even if it never touches you or whatever, it's just the fact that they would try that. The fact that they believe that being that suck is somehow going, yep, look at justice in reverse. There still is a wrong that hasn't been righted here, but it will be. It will be. Somebody likes Yoda. All right, so moving on to we just did Leo. Oh, Virgo. Of course it would be Virgo. Okay, so Virgo. Did I lose my writing implement? Does somebody talk like that? Where's my utensil? Okay, so let me get the writing implement. All right, so where are we at? All right, 105. Okay, so Virgo, let's see who's coming towards you. Let's see how complex this gets for Virgo. All right, Virgo, so what's going on with the Damn. I don't want to take it, but we got curated image. You've got a copycat. All right, so Virgo, of course you would. Everybody wants to be a Virgo. Okay, so for you, this is about transforming your daily routines, your health, sixth house issues, right? Matters, or work conditions, sixth house. So for better long-term outcomes, because Pluto, long-term, sixth house, Aquarius. All right, Virgo rising especially for better outcomes. So working on your health, working on your body, getting ready to be out there healthier, doing things to improve your stamina, your health. I even was rock climbing yesterday and put a little cut on my hand. I'm like, I wasn't even wearing gloves and there's all this lichen everywhere. All right, Virgo, let's see what it is about your daily routines, your health, or your long-term goals. You know, this is about conditions. You too, huh? Somebody trying to oh, look there's a fucking monitoring spirit. Okay, so also called a fungus gnat. All right, so what we have going on for you is you are in the same position. You got people that are so jealous they want to do some weird shit. Somebody parties a whole lot. Somebody who may look like this. You had somebody in the past that was all up in the party scene, trying to be a kitchen witch. Okay, who's coming toward you? Oh. There's somebody that would like to interfere with this beautiful wedding. You could look like this. You could be African American. You could have a gorgeous bone structure. There's, you already know. You may you may be like, Rita, yeah, of course I'm getting married. Okay, but this is somebody that would like to interfere with this. Somebody that would like to do something about it. Somebody that would just like to rain on your parade, or you're probably very quiet, not telling anybody about your relationship, or removing rings and moving them around so that nobody knows. Look at even on social media, just move the rings around. Nobody's going to know, or never wear that ring in public. Well, not in public, but never, put it on social media. Practice the art of wearing a ring on the other finger. If somebody's got a ring on the other finger, you may have been given several rings, Virgo, by somebody. I'm getting several rings. Like you've got a ring that they put on the right, and you've got a ring that you wear on your left. Your engagement ring is on the left. This resonates with somebody here. And you also are wearing another ring, just a gift on somebody's putting rings all over you. There's rings all over you. Somebody could be Olympian. Somebody could be an Olympian. Somebody's name is Ray. I've also got the name Charles. Somebody's name is Charles. Well, Ray Charles. Wouldn't you know it? Okay, so let's see. I don't know. I'm getting something else here. Someone's a dentist. Someone's a dentist. Somebody, I guess you could be an orthodontist. You could work in the dental field, but I'm looking at a blonde dentist. Strawberry blonde dentist. Somebody's marrying a dentist? Somebody's marrying their dentist? Excuse me. Okay. Wedding day. Somebody interfering, trying to do the black magic, trying to do the candle magic, trying to waste their time. Going to the dollar store, buying up a bunch of candles and calling it magic. Okay, you go for it, bitch. All right, let's see. I don't don't know why people just want to be this way, but who's coming towards you? Now, if it isn't that you are already engaged to be married to somebody's name is Chris, Christopher, Christian, Christopher, Christian. Somebody's name is Dan. Okay, so it could be that this is what's moving towards you. Okay, this might be a little bit more long term because remember, there's Pluto. We take them both. It's your ex. Because you're living large. You could have a beautiful house in Malibu, something there on the hills. You could live in the hills. This looks like West Coast to me. Okay, so this definitely, you could be in California, you could be in Oregon, you could be in Washington, but this is definitely West Coast. This looks like Southern California to me only because I was born and raised there. And it's your ex. That's, here we go. You could have been visiting your childhood home recently, or if you're in a relationship, your boyfriend may have taken you driving all over. Somebody was just at Grauman's Chinese Theater. Somebody was down there getting some Vietnamese food, Chinese food. Somebody was down there in South Bay. Somebody was in California yesterday. I don't know. All right. I think there's enough of that, but I'm going to pull one more to see because I want to verify that I'm talking about somebody's ex and that it isn't just drama from the past. Is this a relationship or is it a friendship? Because Virgo's going to want to know. I'm a Virgo rising, so I could tell you that I'm always like thinking detail. Okay, so what is this? Like, come on, really? Okay, everybody should grow up and leave us all alone. All right, so invite only in reverse. Because this isn't somebody that you would invite to your wedding. This isn't somebody that you would invite to your celebration. Isn't somebody that you would invite to your housewarming party. They know they're not invited to, even if you're like, Rita, it's none of the above. None of this is happening to me. Look, I'm telling you that your ex is coming in because you're not answering them, or you won't take their calls, or they know that even if they tried it, that you don't want to have anything to do with them because they're somehow some kind of a weirdo that you have already left in the dust. Okay, dust in the wind. Okay. Everything is dust in the wind. Let it go. Tell them to let it go. What deck are we using? Okay. No, yeah. Okay, let's use Whimsical Tarot. That's Mary Hanson Roberts art, the same art, because I almost used the Hanson Roberts Tarot. Okay, Virgo. They know you're not going to invite them. They would never even know it's happening. They'll know 2 years later, okay? So 2 years is significant. Something could have taken place 2 years ago. 2 years in the future could be significant. Maybe this is going to happen for you in 2 years, but definitely your ex and some weirdness, or they're like, yeah, I'm not going to call her, because I know she's not going to answer anyway. And she keeps somebody keeps sending people towards you. Somebody's posing. Somebody's using fake profiles. Somebody's using fake profiles or IPs from Ireland. I don't know what that's for. I don't know. Maybe you're Irish. Maybe you've got connections to Ireland and they think that somehow you're going to agree to this. The most fun I have is with profiles from people who think I don't know who they are. And of course I do. Virgo, you're good at playing dumb. Just keep playing dumb. Okay, let's just keep doing that. All right, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, tell us about this stupidity here. All right, so for Virgo, who's coming towards you? Six of Swords, somebody that you've already moved on from. This could be a person who has Dutch ancestry. This is also you could, or they could have had a death in their family. Okay, Six of Swords is also transition to the other realm, if you will. It's somebody that could have had a death in their family. It could just be that somebody that you moved away from, you literally traveled over the water away from, and here they come walking down the street. Okay. Somebody could have an accent like this, talk like that all the time. Somebody could be trying to get in touch with you and you're like, hell no, I ain't going to talk to you because I know what you're going to say. Somebody could have an accent like that. Somebody could talk like this. Somebody could talk like that. Somebody could be an auctioneer, right? What's the challenge to this crap? Too much, like it exploded. All right, we're not going to take those because that's just too much, Spirit. It's too much. They're too much. It was too much. You were just like, okay, you're too much. You're not normal. You're not human. You have no humanity. Somebody like has committed crimes against humanity, Virgo. Why does it always, it's like everybody wants to come toward Virgo the Virgin because we look so sweet, so innocent, whatever it is. And then like all of a sudden it's like, oh, you suck. Okay. I'm a Scorpio, I can tell you. We have the Hierophant, the person coming towards you, somebody who's married, somebody who's trying to marry you, or you're already going to be married, or you're marrying and divorcing and remarrying. It could be all in that order. Somebody could be on psilocybins. Okay, so with the foundation, somebody, the Three of Wands, somebody that sees that you are looking toward and moving toward the future. I'm just looking underneath here, Five of Wands in reverse. This is somebody who you argued with before, wanted to argue with you. There was an argument, but we have the Three of Wands. You're moving on. Look at, like, here you are. You know, there's the kitchen witches, and you're like, it's okay. I see you. You know, the UK is significant. London is significant. Let's see there. An abbey is significant. You may work at a soup kitchen or work with those that have less or have need. Some of you could have a garden. Somebody's got a hobby farm. Okay, let's see. Somebody's name is Harley. Somebody's name is actually Harley, not just about the bike. Somebody's name is Harley, Wheel of Fortune, because things have changed for you. You moved on. You jumped timelines. And this person knows that you're already gone. Look, I'm telling you that you're already gone, and they are somehow, like pulling their hair out at night, or I don't know. But you're already gone. This is over. The cycle has ended. Yeah. Here we have the Four of Cups because you have moved on from any sadness or sorrow and are moving toward brighter days. Everybody's like, well, where is she? Look at the woman over there in that little picture. She gone. Okay. This is gone. And then we have with it the Seven of Swords in reverse because you knew that somebody was a liar, cheater, thief, just somebody who was terrible, pie stealing mofo. I said mofo. I'm the one that says mofo. Okay. You knew that they were a fraud, just somebody who was, this reminds me of like the person with a bunch of stalls and shops over at the swap meet, that are like, have you ever gone to, there's a particular ethnicity associated with this, but I don't think I should say it because I think it's unfair because I used to love swap meets when I was a kid, but they would haggle with you, haggle over money, haggle over price, haggle over everything. I was married to somebody like that at one point that like he was not satisfied unless he haggled somebody in some way. And yes, he was Asian. Okay, sorry. Somebody, you could have been dealing with somebody who's Asian near future here. Oh, I saw a card. Is that a different orientation? Yeah. Eight of Pentacles. Okay, I'm going to leave that there because even though it was in the wrong orientation, I don't know when it was supposed to come out. So let's see. Eight of Pentacles. This is somebody you worked with. Could have been somebody you actually had a business with or were employed with. And we have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, they're trying. Look at Humpty Dumpty. This is somebody who could have been overweight. You might have had a business with this person. The person who's trying to come back, and it's too late. The one who wants to haggle everybody down on prices or just freaking give everybody a shakedown. This person's trying to come back because they're trying to prevent the Great Fall. The Great Wall of China is significant. This could be, like I said. Now, my ex-husband was Vietnamese, but like, boy, he was going to freaking damn. Sometimes it was just like so. And the thing was, he wasn't cheap. Like, he would blow tons of money on me all the time. Like, the only place he wouldn't haggle, come to think of it, was at a particular custom jeweler in Redondo Beach, California, at the Galleria. He would have them hunting all over for whatever particular stone I wanted or whatever we were doing, and he would never haggle those people. Never. I just had this realization about that. There's something significant about this. There could be somebody coming towards you, Pluto long term, but there could be somebody coming towards you who's going to be like, I don't care where I have to get this kind of rock or that kind of rock, or maybe they're going to put an asteroid on your friggin' finger. I don't know. Literally, somebody could be trying to find, like, I'm going to get her a moon rock, and that's how I'm going to get her to marry me. Maybe this person trying to come in who looks like an egg, wearing a little bow tie, is like, she will say yes if I bring a meteor. Okay, so here we've got the King of Wands, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius coming towards you, but this is probably the person that you're with, because then they're the upright. Somebody could be a redhead, maybe there's a dentist, maybe somebody's got it going on. Woo, okay, I like that wand right there. And then we have nothing wrong with being healthy. Okay, so that is, I put it with it. You looked at it from a different perspective and, gently and sweetly, because this is a deck for children, basically. Mary Hansen has drawn the hanged one on suspended from a kind of spider web, something very delicate. So you have moved delicately into whatever it is that's going on here with the King of Wands, but in the upright. So this is a person who could be a business owner, owns like 14 different businesses, has a bunch of different holdings or whatever, but is a person who is all about transformation. And for all I know, this could be a plastic surgeon, somebody who, this could be a burn specialist, this could be a person who's a firefighter. All right, let's see. King of Wands could be just about anything. They're very fiery, very passionate. No, they're not a player. He's in the upright, so don't get worried about that. But the person coming towards you is an ex, not this guy. This one's already like in your environment, or you're literally already dating this person. All right, and we have the Seven of Wands. Okay, so, and you may have had a lot of people competing for you, or you soon will be having a lot of people competing for you that you're like, I don't know where you're like, what do I, no. Like you may have a lot of people coming towards you. All right, somebody's really tall. Okay, here we go. Color red is significant here, but somebody's very tall. All right, hopes and fears, didn't want to. It's like you almost don't fear shit. So nothing was about. After everything, Virgos go through a lot. Virgos come in like temperance angels. Like, we're going to bring balance and everybody's going to try to mess with us. Because we have the Knight of Swords. So you're just like, I don't want anybody fighting with me. I don't want any side boxes. Don't bring your shit over to me. I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to listen to you. You can't bring me your bright ideas. Okay. Oh, wow. There's a card here. The Two of Swords flew out, but I saw another one. Where are you? Okay. The Two of Swords, a discussion, making a decision. You will have to make a decision because aside from the overweight Humpty Dumpty trying to come back in, who put knives in your back, now they're down. And you could have two people coming in towards you if you're not already involved with one of them. I call him the dentist. And then here we go. There's another one who's not showing his face. The King of Cups is not showing his face. Virgo, there could be two people coming towards you if you can't tell me that you're already involved with one of them. Maybe this guy's, going to find a pearl the size of Manhattan. New York is significant here. Kate Spade is significant here. That's very interesting, Virgo, for us. Okay, like I'm a Virgo rising, so that's my reading too. All right, so moving quite along to Libra, sparkly Libra. All right, I like you guys, Libra. You guys are funny as hell, okay? Funny people. You could be so much fun. You could be a lot too. All right. We're a Libra. Let's see. Am I at Libra? Yes, I am. I should make a note. Oh, speaking of notes, I should be writing that down, but I didn't. Yes, I did. Okay, so Libra. Libra, you're forgetting something. You could be forgetting something because in this astrology, the energy is very intense and it's, what are we talking about? Fifth house, another monitoring spirit. Another monitoring spirit. You could have a Libra that's monitoring, but this is a big one. Hang on. You could have a big monitoring spirit or your monitor. I'm going to have to kill it. You guys are going to have to hang on a second. It'll only take me a moment. Oh, here, let me set this here. I got to kill it. Somebody wants to kill it. I'm going to have to wait because it moved. Okay, so Libra, you've got somebody monitoring you? Or you are the monitoring spirit? Why are you monitoring people? You monitoring somebody? It's a big one, too. All right. What the hell? Sorry. I just like really felt like I got to get rid of that. It's a fly. I don't like flies. Okay, so Libra. So this is fifth house energy, self-expression, authenticity, romantic situations, romance, sports, children. All right, let's see. Games of chance. Don't be crazy, okay? Because I know a Libra. I actually know a Libra who I only found out recently has a massive gambling addiction, and it is like it's super sad, but at the same time, she's crazy. So like I was like, well, you couldn't possibly tell me anything more crazy. Somebody's 60 years old. You can't tell me anything more crazy than that. Like I was just like, what? Are you serious? And my mom is like and I'm like, okay, so like this person has been irretrievable for years. Somebody's born at 66. Somebody's 66 years old. Okay. Somebody's born in 1957. I'm getting dates now. Okay, so somebody's 53 or born in 1953 or 1973. Okay. Somebody's a tennis instructor. Somebody's a tennis instructor or plays tennis instructor and or plays tennis. Okay. Somebody's a realtor. All right. Or somebody's into real estate. Somebody's a realtor and a tennis instructor. The tennis instructor is a realtor and okay. All right. I mean, well, getting another one here. Hang on. Somebody plays golf. I mean, like when I say it, it's because it's significant. All right, let's see if we could pick this apart. Somebody's a pick apart. Somebody picks apart. Somebody's having vehicle issues. Somebody goes to a pick apart type thing. Are pick aparts still around? Are they Barger, Matson, and Twin Falls? Somebody's from Twin Falls, Idaho. Okay. Libra. Let's find out what the hell? Okay, so we've got somebody that's either on probation or just got out of prison, okay, or the consequences are trying to escape the consequences. This is somebody like Orange is the New Black. There could be a feminine that's going to prison, going to jail, trying to escape the consequences. Is that who's coming towards you? All right, what is this? Libra, let's stay out of prison. We've got inner turmoil. So there's like a person who's got two personalities, or the person coming towards you could have chest tattoos, arm tattoos, blonde hair. This could be a distorted masculine. You see how his face is kind of distorted? Somebody's on Discord, on a Discord server. Somebody's full of Discord. Mira Discordia. Okay, so there's a person here. Somebody's name is D. Somebody's name is Dan. Somebody's name is Dave. D, Dave, Dale, Dan. Lieutenant Dan. Somebody's in the military, was in the military, has a big old tattoo on the chest. Could have a... But this person is split in two. This person could have some kind of a disorder. This person, could have some sort of dissociative identity issue here going on. Somebody is trying to avoid or just came out of prison or jail or is on probation or house arrest. All right, let's see. Please don't turn into crime hour. Please don't turn into crime hour. That's not what this is for. Curated image. This has come out before. Somebody's a copycat. Somebody's your copycat. Somebody's trying to copy you. Could have dark hair and a ponytail. This is somebody or they. The person coming towards you has been putting on a persona, a curated image, trying to be something that they're not. I think I'm going to get a couple more because I'm kind of troubled by that inner turmoil and the curated image at the same time. Whoa. Back together. This could be somebody that wants to get back together with you or somebody that you've gotten back together with before. You could have kind of like ocean colored hair. They could have a beard. They could have dark hair. They could have tats. You could have tats. I don't know much about tattoos. Okay. So I like probably, never mind. So they could have tattoos on their arms or sleeves, or you could be sleeved. Something about tattoos is significant. Tattoo on the arm, very prominent. Okay. So this is somebody that's either trying to get back together with you I feel like I want to say round 2 because there's 2, angel number 22, 222 could be significant. You could live in an apartment. 222, twos are significant. Splitting 2 in 2. This is almost a curated image. This is a person trying to come back to you or that wants round 2. Somebody could be a boxer, but this is Libra. This is a person who is not who you think they are, or they're trying to curate an image. They're trying to play a role because they need to present something to you or present a certain way so that you will have them or take them back to go round 2. You may have already gone 2 rounds with this person. I mean, you may have gone 22 rounds. Why would you do that? Don't do round 2s with people, okay, Libra? Okay, so we've got family feud in reverse. They're trying to heal a family feud. There could be 4 people involved in this. There could be older people involved, a younger, like a younger male and female, and then an older male and female. Somebody could look like, Hung Shu warrior type person. We've got something going on. Let me put it back in reverse. I think this is really disturbing me. That I don't like that card that gives me somebody's got bipolar disorder, somebody could have PTSD, somebody could have a kind of schizoaffective disorder, somebody could have some frenetic kind of pacing. All right, let's see. Nope. What is that? I don't want to do a long reading for this, Libra. Yeah, this is somebody who's they're going to tell you that somebody backstabbed them. They're going to tell you that somebody backstabbed them. They could be saying that you backstabbed them, but there never was. Somebody's trying to come back in to tell you that they've been double-crossed or they were double-crossed or they've done this to you before. Okay, the thing is this is a person who's done this to you before, Libra. Taps. Okay, you could have had a death in your family recently. I'm sorry about that. Let's stop this because, all right, somebody's sick. Somebody's sick. Burial at sea. Yeah, there could be something about burial at sea, like military honors. There could have been somebody who died. Taps. Oh. Somebody could be coming towards you. There's something about money, or they thought that you have money. They think you have money, but round 2. It's in 2s. Everything's in 2s. Everything's in 3s. Okay. Which deck? I don't want to go heavy with you, Libra. Somebody could be trying to lose weight. Let's see. What are we going to choose here? Because I don't want this heavy. Okay, so let's go to Hanson Roberts. Okay, my regular Hanson Roberts, not the whimsical. Okay. Bottom of the deck, having to make a decision. There's your 2 for you without even shuffling. Needing to make a decision. There's a family that's coming apart, a relationship that's coming apart, some dynamic is coming apart. Decision has to be made. 2, 2, 2, round 2. All right, let me give these a good shuffle. There's a Queen of Cups that's involved. That's Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces rising with some significant placement right there. These are newer, so something is stiff. This could be a newer relationship, situationship. This person coming to, okay. All right. What is this, Libra? Because presently there's some kind of stability, legacy, dynasty, some inheritance is at play. Something about inheritance. Somebody could have a big old white beard. Let's see. Somebody could have children. You could have a little dog. You could have a dog, a medium-sized dog. There's legacy involved. There's a lot of money on the line here. That person coming back towards you or this is round 2, went back towards you, 22. Somebody's 22 years old. You could be 22. You could have a 22-year-old. Because there's a marriage involved. Trying to get married. Somebody's trying to come back to get married, or you're already married and there's legacy involved, or something about the stability or the permanence thereof, something about rethinking this. Somebody's having an affair. Okay, because judgment is in reverse. Somebody's having an affair. Somebody's having an affair. Somebody's having a digital affair, judgment. Digital affair, judgment. Temperance. Because somebody wants to balance something out, either with you or with somebody else, Judgment in reverse. 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands. There's a marriage that occurred, a legacy, a dynasty. There's something about someone's inheritance or property. Judgment in reverse makes no sense, though. Bottom of the deck, we have Temperance. Okay, so this person coming back in or came back in or is coming back, like they came back in and they're coming back in again. 2, 2, 22, 20. Okay, 20 is significant. 2022 is significant. Okay, so the Judgment card in reverse. So this was not a good judgment call. Something here was not a good judgment call. Something is not blessed by the divine. The Judgment, somebody had poor judgment, reckless judgment, did something quickly, did something without thinking of the consequences. Somebody moved forward without thinking of the consequences, or something was the better judgment and then it became the wrong judgment. 2, 2, 2, 2022. Okay. All right. So in the fading influence, wow. Because thief. Because digital, because thief, because digital, some digital thief, or somebody did something digitally or communicated with the thief, the thievery. Somebody's a thief here. All right. We've got air. You could be dealing with the Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. 7 of Swords because they stole something from someone. Maybe someone stole someone from you. Now flip it and switch it. You could have stole someone. They could have stole you from someone else. You stole somebody from someone. Somebody stole something here. Let's see. I'll try to make it quick because, I don't want these to take long and I don't want it to go. Whoa! All right. We have the Justice card here at the top of the reading. Something is being made fair because a Justice card wouldn't appear unless something had been unfair. Judgment in reversed. Some wrongs are being righted, and now you're going to have to fight somebody off or fight something off. 7, 7. Somebody could be 77 years old. Somebody could be born in 1977. (2011) could be significant here. 2020 and 2022, 2011. Okay. Number 77 is significant. Somebody could be 77 years old. All right. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, who's coming toward Libra? The Fool. In this direction. Somebody wants a new beginning with you. I'm getting past tense. This isn't right. Okay. Past tense. Why does it feel like past tense? All right. Let's see. Somebody is a liar. Somebody came towards you with a lie. Somebody was trying to make it stick. Somebody told a big lie. Somebody wanted a new beginning or wants a new beginning with you. Who's coming towards you? Future permanence. Pluto, Aquarius. Okay, so somebody coming towards you that wants to lie to you. You could have had 2 rounds with this person already. This has already happened. This could have been somebody that you were already married to before. Round 2. Well, YOLO. Okay, so, all right, let's see. Now, what is the hope and fear here of you or this person? I'm like, this reading is really strange. I don't, usually read. Virgo, you guys can have some, I called you Virgo. You could be dealing with the Virgo. Okay, let's see. Or a Virgo significant. Fear of somebody walking away. Fear that you'll walk away. The person coming toward you is somebody that you already walked away from or they walked away from you before. All right, so what's the outcome here? 2 of Wands, making a decision, not knowing how to make the decision, being a bit short-sighted, not knowing how to decide, because unlike the 3 of Wands where you could see your ships coming in or going out, this person has the world in their hands, but they only have 2 wands. They can't see. You can't tell if this is the sun rising or the sun setting. You see nothing. In fact, we can't even tell whether this is low tide or high tide because he's kind of like at a wall or on a boardwalk or the ocean is being held back. Something's being held back. All right, summary card. Whoa. 5 of Wands. Fighting, arguments. There's a battle coming up. I don't want to leave you with this here because somebody's coming back that you've already had a couple of rounds with. You've already gone around and round. You've already been in a relationship with this person in some way, whether this is a business, a friendship, whatever this is. It could be somebody in your family as well, because there's the Four of Wands that could indicate a marriage or a business or a stable situation. Something that appeared stable. Somebody could have been coming after you just for money. Somebody was in it for the money. This is only about the money or the real estate or the house or the property. But there was somebody made a poor judgment call because somebody was a thief. Seven of Swords. Somebody was a thief. Somebody was in it for the money. They were just trying to take the house, trying to take the thing. And the thing is right in front of everybody. Right? Well, I mean, everybody's over here in a tent while everybody's busy. So not in front of everybody, but during the day, certainly, because this is a card of a cloudy landscape. This is somebody who did something like, as everybody was present at this thing, at this gathering, at this thing. But justice is here. And with justice in the upright, this fight will fail. Because we go from the Seven of Wands to the Five of Wands in reverse. The fight will fail. So if somebody's coming in, like, don't fight anybody right now, Libra, because you could fail. I would say avoid this. Avoid this person. Avoid this situation. Hang on. Because Five of Wands in reverse, justice and judgment in reverse, the fight will fail. Don't, somebody's coming towards you and there's a challenge. Yep. And it flew over here onto the Seven of Wands. You're not in a strong position, Libra. You're not in a strong position. You're feeling wounded. Five of Wands, Four of Swords in reverse. Somebody's trying to resurrect a problem, an argument from the past. You know what it feels like? It feels like somebody's going to come towards you to bring up something that was already dead and gone. You could be in a relationship and in a marriage already. Okay, so take it, for some of you, this is going to be a person in the past. For others of you, this is a person that you are literally living together with. You don't have to actually be married. Okay, this person's trying to come in to start a fight with you because you're already like on the defensive. You could have blonde hair. They could have brown or red hair. They're coming in to start something with you. They're going to try to resurrect a problem from the past, just like a motherfucker, so that they could fight with you. I'm going to do something here. Tell me, what is it that they want? Why do they want to start this fight with you? They're going to try to make you a small offer. This is a small communication. This is a small thing. Like if you have two houses, they're going to offer you the shittier house. If this is a divorce, somebody's going to offer you the shittier property, the smaller proposition. Yeah. Okay, it was a chariot that wanted to flip because they want to move on. Somebody wants to, maybe you're going to try this. Maybe you're going to offer like, there's an offer here. There's something here that they're coming in to do something. If you're already like in a committed relationship, that's what's happening here. Somebody wants to move on. They want to use their Jedi mind tricks. Somebody could like Star Wars. Okay, let's see. What do they want? Why are they doing? Honey, they're going to try to trick you. Okay, be careful with any motherfucker coming toward you. And if you have a legal situation, this is not the time to fight. You need to let these things play out. This is the year of the horse, beginning in 2017. You could be born in the year of horse. Somebody born in the year of horse is significant to this. They could be born in the year of the horse. The 17th of February could be significant. Somebody born in February could be significant. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini. But this person coming towards you, or this could be you. You're sleeping with the enemy. Somebody's sleeping with the enemy. If you're not sleeping with them, beware. This is somebody you slept with before. We're going to move on from this because this one's too much. It's going to take me too long. And we're at 1:43. Okay, so moving on to Scorpio. Wow, Libra. Be careful because I wouldn't fight. This is not the time that I wouldn't be, No, I'd be strategizing with an attorney. You're not strong enough. You're not in the right position. Now you'll have to flip and switch the roles. Maybe you're coming after somebody because you think that your person I just said your person. I'm telling you that this is somebody that Libra, somebody could have a gambling addiction. And maybe that's why I'm getting that about the person that I know of. All right, here we go for Scorpio. So Scorpio, for you, this is intense changes in the fourth house. So, your home, family, living situation in your whole life, where you live. You may have moved. Okay. Let me move this here. We might stick with that tarot too. That proved a whole lot. You could be dealing with a Libra, Scorpio. You could be a Scorpio. You could be a Libra dealing with a Libra. You could be a Libra with a Scorpio rising. Okay, so let's see. Yep, you're misunderstood. Somebody misunderstood you, or they tried to get other people to misunderstand you. Somebody could have tattoos on the arms. Somebody could have very colorful sleeve tattoos. I believe that's what it's called, right? Somebody has tattoos that like sleeves. All right, so somebody's misunderstood. Somebody tried to get people to misunderstand you. That's who's coming towards you. Somebody's going to, oh, damn, oh, hell no. This is definitely, you have something to do with the Libra. You could be dealing with the Libra. Somebody here is a Libra because Libra got this card. Back together. Somebody's trying to get, you're involved. You're somehow involved with the Libra thing. Okay, so back together. Somebody coming towards you could be a Libra, wants to get back together, like, oh, hell no, that'll never happen. I would rather be burned on a pyre. Okay, that's like never going to happen. Somebody could be wanting to burn you. Because you canceled them. You said no. You even blew up the phone, destroyed it. Also, making bank. You're making money. They want to come back to you because now somehow they see you as single, sexy, and successful. They don't know whether you're single or not, but that's what they think. Drama queen. This is a drama queen. You're definitely dealing with somebody who's a Libra because there is no greater drama queen than a Libra. Libra will start trouble with you. I'm going to set this over here. I don't even want to look at that drama queen card because it's already going to piss me off. Because a Libra reading was pissing me off because Libra's tricking somebody or somebody's tricking Libra, but there's trickery afoot and nobody in Libra situation should do anything. So if you're dealing with the Libra, they may be stupid enough to try something with you here, especially this week or this year. Bad idea. They're going to lose anyway. So it's better for Libra involved. If Libra is involved in this or they're a cross watcher watching this one, Libra, don't try it because you're going to lose. All right, and it could get ugly for you. It's not going to get ugly for anybody else. You could be dealing with an ugly Libra. Okay, sorry. Because you've got a new beginning. And they don't like it, or maybe they know about it. Maybe they got wind of it. Maybe they hired a private detective. What are all the things that are going to happen to freaking Scorpio? Because everybody's always going to try that with a Scorpio. And Scorpio is a natural detective as well as a Virgo is in the Zodiac because Pluto is your ruling planet because you know how to dig up the bodies because somebody's got bodies. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius. Sagittarius could be the person that you're on the outs with, put you on the outs, you put them out. All right. Let's give it another shuffle or two. Something is happening quickly and changing for you quickly here. 8 of Wands. Somebody likes the movie Grease. We've got an Emperor coming towards you, honey. You're going to be just fine. A mechanic is significant. Jet engine mechanics significant to you. Somebody works in solar. Somebody works in wind farm. Okay. Good, because everybody knows coal is dirty, bad for you, and somebody's a fucking Trump supporter. Sorry, don't make it political. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, we have Wheel of Fortune in reverse because somebody coming towards you, it's no longer their time. And that's what they want. They're trying to turn that wheel again in their favor. Hell no, don't do it, Scorpio. Say no to the past. All right, your present is lovely or you've met somebody much better. 2 of Wands in reverse because you already chose your path and you found your way. You didn't know what to do and you figured it out. Scorpio, continue moving forward. Justice card because the universe has made things fair for you. There could only be the justice if there was an injustice present. The universe has made things fair to you. Somebody treated you very poorly, very unfairly. Somebody really was like the wrecking ball that was meant to just literally help you realign so that you could level up. Sometimes people, no matter how troublesome they are, we're in there to force them into their karma, and then we are able to move forward. Don't ask me why. When we all die, we'll go home and we'll ask questions about why we made these agreements to begin with, because these are agreements. Like I'm probably talking to you're a guide here on this planet. We're walking around. We're not the only ones. Okay. Wow. All right. So in the foundation, Scorpio, 6 of Cups. Somebody from the past is coming towards you. They have nostalgic feelings about you. Somebody that you lived with, somebody you had permanence with, maybe somebody that you shared a business with. There was something here about legacy, stability, permanence, sharing a home. Maybe you lived in a castle with somebody. What's that movie? There's a movie that's coming to mind. It's about a castle by the sea. Okay, so a castle is significant. You could love the ocean. You could be a marine biologist. You could just love the marine. Somebody could be a marine. All right, marine deities. Okay, because something in the past, it should have been wonderful, and it wasn't. Something went wrong. This is somebody that something went wrong with. The sun in reverse. You know, that still is a good card. At bottom of the deck, it was you were dealing with an emperor. But something went wrong. You were dealing with an emperor, and something went wrong. Everything here looks good. What went wrong? Well, no, let's not get into that, because only you would know what went wrong. Why are they coming back? Strength in reverse. Somebody that you dealt with was weak. The number 8 is significant here. 2021 is significant. 2011 is significant. 2008 is significant. Now we have the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. There was juggling there. Somebody was juggling and was trying to stop juggling, but they didn't stop. They were indulgent. Somebody tried to, there was an indulgement here. Somebody was trying to seduce you for a particular reason. 9 of Cups in reverse. Overindulgement. Indulgement. 2 of Pentacles. They were juggling. They wanted to stop juggling. They had to stop juggling. Okay, what happened here? I am going to get a little bit nosy and figure out what happened here. They walked away from either you or you had to walk away. Somebody walked away, but is coming back. 8 again. 88, 1988 is significant. Somebody could be 88 years old. What is this? They walked away and are coming back. I don't understand, Holy Spirit. 7 of Pentacles. Somebody was afraid of putting in the hard work with you, or they saw you as hard work or high maintenance or something. Or saw you as a challenge and they were too weak for the challenge. Strength in reverse. You were too much for them. Like there's something else going on. Like I think you were dealing with somebody who was a juggler. We saw that emperor. Look at, here he is again. That's who's coming towards you. This is the past. It's not a past person who's coming towards you. You have a past person that wants to come towards you, and then you have an emperor that's right in your face. The emperor is who wants to come towards you. The emperor is not who you were dealing with before, because an emperor is never going to be weak, and an emperor is not going to see you as too much. An emperor isn't afraid of you. An emperor doesn't see you as scary or dangerous. An emperor is an emperor. An emperor is like saying, well, think about Julius Caesar. That's never been afraid of anything. Think about what a president should be like. What a politician. Well, no, that's a bad way to put it. I was going to say excuse. Somebody who's full of excuses. Think about somebody who is in control and in charge. Think of a Roman emperor. Think of somebody imperial. Like, let's not, there's nobody in I was going to say in the military or politics that you can, respect right now, not high-ranking officials, that kind of thing. But think of what an emperor would represent. They take care of their people. They take care of everyone. They make sure everyone is safe. An emperor would not have left you in a strength reverse position or a 7 of Pentacles, and they wouldn't have felt that way. Emperors are not scaredy cats. Emperors are not weak. Okay, so let's see. What's the outcome here? So it's an emperor that wants to come towards you, that use your intuition. You know what I'm talking about. You're the high priestess and the emperor. You know which one is which. You know which one is which, Scorpio. All right. Somebody trying to revive something from the past. So I'm going to have to go over this one quick time. Let's get at least 3 because that emperor is hiding over there. Somebody wants to marry you. Move in with you, have stability with you. You're going to have to use your intuition. There's a card here that shouldn't be in this orientation that it is. 3 of Wands in reverse. Somebody saw what they wanted before and now they're trying to look for it again. Somebody's looking for you, Scorpio. I suggest that you remain hidden to, just like the high priestess, stay quiet and hidden to the person who doesn't deserve your presence, your knowledge, your information, your time at all. You know which one to stay hidden from. One more. And And this was in the wrong orientation as well. Somebody sees you as the star. So you got a couple of people coming towards you. You got somebody, could be more than two, because we have the Three of Wands sitting there at the top. What's it here at the bottom? Say no to the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles in reverse is the one. They could look like this. They could have black hair. They could have a beard and a mustache. This is a person who's a business tycoon or wannabe. They really aren't. They might just own a string of laundromats or something like this. But this could be a person who could be into finances, real estate, into banking, realtor, business owner. Okay, stay away from this one. Okay, it's not this one. It's not that one. You could already know that other person, but somebody's trying to come in and, marry you, wife you up, however you want to call it. And that is no small potatoes. It's not a king in reverse. It's a freaking emperor. All right, so moving on to Sagittarius. That's good news for you, Scorpio. You're going to have to use your intuition to know. But the test is also your intuition. So Sagittarius, 155. I'm running a bit long. Let's see. All right. So for Sagittarius, who's coming for you? Let me think about your astrology real quick. So what are we at? Third house. Your communication, transformational shift in how you communicate, uncovering hidden knowledge. Okay, Sagittarius, something that you didn't know you're about to know. Sagittarius, there's something you did not know that you're about to learn. You could be learning it right now. Are you cross-watching for somebody, Sagittarius? Somebody's cross-watching you, Sagittarius. What's coming in for Sagittarius? Sagittarius, third house communication. So that means that something that you don't know is about to be made public. You could be making a document public. There's a document involved in this. It's going to go public. Everybody's going to know. Third house is at the bottom of the chart, so it reflects the top of the chart. Something will be made public. There could be a legal issue that you're involved with or soon will be involved with, or finishing your involvement with a legal issue. Somebody's had an involvement with a legal issue. The legal system is significant here or will be here soon. Let me channel here. I'm getting somebody's name. Getting John. Somebody's name is John. It could be John Johnson. It could be Johnston, John Johnston, John. Somebody's name is Paul. It could be Paula, Paulette, Pauline. Definitely J. Definitely P. I've got Samson, like Samson and Delilah, S name, D name, Samson. Somebody could be named Samson. Somebody could be Sam. Somebody could be Delilah, Dan, Lieutenant Dan. Who else do we have? The Apollo moon landing is significant. I never know what I'm going to hear there. Apollo 13 could be significant. What's the name of that night at the Apollo? One night in Bangkok and the world's your oyster. Okay, so let's see. 80s music is significant. You could be in your 80s. Somebody in their 80s could be significant. Somebody's dog. Okay, that's what it is. I don't think it's the name, the movie Apollo 13. It could be, but I'm getting somebody's dog's name is Apollo. It's a dog. Somebody's got shin splints. Somebody's trying to get back into shape and is getting shin splints or feeling the shin. Oh, shit. We got the villain vibes. You got a villain in your midst. And we're going to take them both right on the split and status symbol. Okay, so you could be having a situation with somebody. Oh, unsent text. You may have tried to contact somebody. There's that Libra drama queen again, like that's happened with Scorpio. Who was it? Scorpio, Libra, Scorpio, and now you. And a fighting. Somebody wants to stop fighting. Okay. So we've got the villain vibes. There's a villain in your midst here. Somebody coming towards you as a villain or you're the villain. I mean, I don't think so. We're talking about somebody coming towards you. And we have the status symbol. And the funny thing is when I'm looking at that card from this perspective, it looks like Satan symbol. Okay, so there's somebody who, like, unless they've got on the Christian Louboutins, or, you know, if they are not carrying a Kate Spade bag, you know, or like if they don't get to visit New York often enough, they're going to be pissed. Like, you've been dealing with a drama queen, or there's a drama queen coming toward you for a fight, the fight in reverse, they're going to lose anyway. That's a Libra. Libra's got some losing battle that's happening over there. You could be dealing with an Aries. Somebody could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. That could be you, obviously. And I got one more big break. You're trying to, I want to break free. I want to break free. Okay. Break free from your lies. You're so self-satisfied. I don't need you. Somebody really wants to get away. Okay, so I want to break free. Somebody's praying about getting free. The person coming toward you wants to get free, or you want to get free, and there's an unsent text, okay? Somebody's a cross-dresser. All right, so let me get these out of the way. I want to move a little bit more quickly here because it's taking a long time. Not that I want to move quickly past you. Somebody passed you by. Somebody's trying to come back. That you pass by is passing you by. I'm going to stick with this deck. Yeah. Yes or no? Well, you can't hear me anyway. All right, so let's see. We're just going to stick with this because these messages are tied. Somehow there's somebody involved with it. You're cross-watching for a bunch of people. Sagittarius, what are you doing? What's with the legal issue? Somebody has a legal issue. Somebody's name is Paul. Paulette. All right, let's see. Paul knows. There it is. Okay, so there's a wedding, there's a marriage, there's something coming towards you, something about a legal issue, something that has to do with the wedding. Well, a wedding and a person coming towards you, a wedding is a legally binding contract. Okay, so let's see. Libra had that card. All right, what's the challenge to this? Who's coming towards you? Why do these readings have to always get so shitty? Libra had this card as well. You could be dealing with the Libra Sagittarius. Watch out for a Libra coming toward you. This is a thief. This is a person that was only in it for the money, the house, the thing, the wedding, the whatever, the status symbol, the Kate Spade, the fucking stupid shoes and shit that doesn't feed anybody in any situation. This is not a person who works at a soup kitchen, or if they do it so that people can see them. All right. Somebody's been taking pictures of somebody. Okay, so we've got the Seven of Swords as a challenge. Libra had that in the reading. You're tied to a Libra. We have the To All Believers. When I try to find out what is going on here, what somebody's trying to hide it, somebody's hiding. Seven of Swords is trying to, you're doing something right in front of everybody, but you're also hiding it. The Magician, you could be dealing with somebody who thinks fancies himself a witch. Put a rock around her neck, see what happens. Okay, so if she floats, somebody's name is Monty Montgomery, you know, Monty Python's Flying Circuses. Okay, so what is going on? Let's try to get something for To All Believers. Who is this person? This is somebody that you're looking at in a different way. They're coming back towards you, or they're trying to talk to you. They want to communicate with you. Seven of Swords, seventh house. This could definitely be a marriage. It's an Empress in reverse. That's who that person is. Person coming towards you is an Empress in reverse. They're trying to do it quickly because something is a matter of time. The number 8 is significant. Whoops, almost. Close, but no cigar. Somebody smokes cigars because they don't want this fucking circle to close. They don't want the cycle closed. They don't want it over. Okay, well, circles are significant. Rings are significant. You could have exchanged Claudia rings. Ireland is significant. I always want to say that word that way, even though that's not how you pronounce it. Just Claudia. Okay, so... Somebody likes the Boston Celtics. Okay, somebody... All right, near future. You are an emperor. You were in Scorpio's reading. Okay, so there's a Libra, a Scorpio, and now a Sagittarius. Your readings are overlapping each other. Something overlapped each other. Somebody had a relationship that was overlapping each other, and it resulted in a 10 of Cups. So somebody lost their emotional harmony, their emotional stability. Maybe they lost their children in this. Something was bad. The person coming towards you. All right, there's, maybe this person caused you to lose a relationship before. You lost a relationship. Somebody screwed up. Okay, so right over here, we're going to take this one first. We have the Fool. Something was a non-starter. This is a person coming towards you that you are no longer in a relationship or don't want to have a relationship with. They're trying to come back over and they're like, I got nothing, but I'm looking over here. You see nothing. I want nothing from you emotionally. What I want is your money. Or it reminds me of the Tom and Jerry movie. Somebody's name could be Tom or Jerry. We've got to have money. Money is such a beautiful word. Remember that actress and that actor? I'm trying to remember the name of the actress. She was in, was it The Facts of Life? The one about the boarding school? Somebody went to boarding school. Okay, here we go. All right, your hopes and fears. You're trying to turn this thing around. You're trying to turn this thing around. You're trying to turn this thing around. Round and round, what comes around goes around. Okay, so we've got now the Knight of Swords. Somebody's going to fight with you. This person's coming to fight with you. And for the summary, we've got the Strength card in reverse, and number 888 here. So we've got a situation where you're not feeling strong enough. We also had a fake person with the Strength card in reverse that was in the Libra. But there's a whole lot. There's some comorbidity here. There could be somebody who's got some comorbidity of some illnesses here. Something is stacking on top of each other. So maybe somebody's charges are stacking because we had a legal issue. I'm going to have to go over this really quickly here because Sagittarius, all three of you guys are that's disgusting. Somebody's into polyamory. Somebody's not monogamous. Somebody's disgusting. Okay, so let's see. You could be dealing with somebody's disgusting. You're dealing with somebody's disgusting. Somebody's got a tattoo. It could be a tattoo of a lion. It could be a tattoo of something like a strong arm. It could be a strong arm. Somebody strong arming you. Tattoo. Okay, let's see. We've got the Ankh. Somebody could have an Egyptian Ankh, an Egyptian person. Could be significant. Or you could have traveled to Ethiopia before. Somebody was on a lion thing. I don't know why lions are significant to you, but they are. Okay, what's going on here? Person coming towards you is an emperor. You're the emperor. Somebody has a title. That's a title card for the Hanson Roberts Tarot. Person coming towards you has a title. You have the title. Somebody's coming towards you because they don't want to be in the sense of apathy. They're trying to eliminate the apathy. The person coming towards you wants to fight with you. They have a title. They want your title. And we have the Hermit in reverse. You're trying to go into Hermit. They're trying to draw you out of Hermit. You need to stay in Hermit. It's not time for you to come back out and fight anybody. Don't let, especially if it's a Libra, air sign, Aries, Libra. No. I said Aries again. I keep doing this lately. This is, what have you done for me lately? Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Swords trying to come fight with you. You need to stay in hermit mode because Libra, we saw that in the Libra reading. I told Libra, don't fight. You're going to lose. They're going to lose. Then in Scorpio, we see a Libra trying to fight them too. Somebody's trying to fight. We're going to go over this one more time. I'm so sick of this story already. You guys have to knock it off. Yep. Because justice, all right, something was unfair. It's being made right. You could be facing legal trouble. The legal trouble is here, or the Libra is bringing you the legal trouble, or you're bringing the legal trouble to the Libra. But something has to be made right because somebody's, hi, kitty. Somebody's juggling. Somebody needs to stop juggling. There was juggling present here. We've seen that now. You want to move away from this person. They're going to try to keep you from moving away. Maybe you're just fucking leaving and nobody's coming toward you at all. Sagittarius, you might just be like, fuck this. These people are crazy. I'm done. Nobody's any fun here. And we're not getting anything done. None of this is constructive. All of this is destructive. Somebody's devolving. And look at Two of Pentacles again. Juggling. Somebody's not faithful here. Somebody's not monogamous. Somebody's just spending money, spinning wheels. And look at either you or somebody coming towards you. You want to apologize to somebody or they're apologizing to you. Either way, I don't know. I don't know if I would accept this apology if it were me. I don't know if I would accept this apology. Looking at this reading, I would not. If somebody's already done you dirty, why would you go back in for it? Say thank you for the apology. They're clearing their karma. They're trying to make it right with you. Justice, apology involved, necessitated. Yep. Because the person coming towards you, the person you want to go toward is the Ten of Pentacles, not the Ten of Cups in reverse. So that was present in Libra's reading as well. You're trying to get out of that situation because there's lies and deceit. And I know this reading's a little bit long and I could go on forever, but you're going to have to hire me for this. And let's see. All right, moving on to Capricorn. Boy, you guys, some of you people's lives are messy. Just do what I do. Once you see that it's a mess, blow it up and leave. Okay, somebody blew it up and left. All right, so Capricorn. All right, 208. 208 is significant, Capricorn. Idaho is significant to you, Capricorn. Somebody in Idaho, somebody in the 208 area code. The number 208 is significant to you. Well, this deck is really yielding right now, so. All right, Capricorn. All right, we've got burning bridges. Somebody coming towards you is trying to restore and repair that bridge. I don't know, Capricorn. Let's see. I hope you have a better reading than Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius, because those three people they've got a comorbidity there. I'd say, like, get rid of all of them. Don't talk to any of them. I don't want to have anything to do with it. All right, now we have expecting. There could be somebody coming in to tell you that they are pregnant or that they want to be pregnant. Oh boy, that's never a good way to start. How about, first comes love, then comes marriage, then a baby and a carriage. Let's go back to doing that here, right, in these United States. Somebody could be in the military. Somebody's got real receipts on something. Somebody coming towards you wants to tell you about the receipts. I'm going to pull one more just to see if we've cleared that energy from the last three readings. Yep, good karma. Okay, so we're clear. There's something karmic going on between those other three readings, so let's never think about that again. All right, what's going on here for Capricorn? All right, Capricorn. Let me get into your reading now. Make sure that I'm okay. Made note of the time. So Capricorn, what's happening to you is your second house. So second house is everything about what you own, what you possess, what you value, what you can buy with money. So with Pluto, this is a transformation of your financial situation, your values, and what brings you security and what you feel is secure. Second house is what we find value in and invest in, even at times. If you've got a collection of art, that would be in your second house. If you're purchasing that, if you own a real estate portfolio, the loans are in the 8th house, but the properties are in your second house, for example. So a transformation for you, Capricorn, exactly in a house that would be very significant to you. All right, Capricorn, because if anybody's got money, it's Capricorn, and it's in a can buried in the yard. Okay. Capricorn sits on money even when they tell you they're broke. No, they're not. When you find a broke Capricorn, you got to look at their transits, and you got to see if there is some kind of a drug or alcohol or sex addiction, because Capricorn generally is never broke. All right, they work too hard. Sometimes they ruled by Saturn, they sacrifice too much. They sometimes can sacrifice the well-being of their own family, because they're focusing too much on accumulating for the protection of the family, thereby destroying the family until they learn that what's secure about the family is the Capricorn, not the finances. All right, so let's see what's going on. All right, who's coming towards you, Capricorn? There could be something about a divorce here. There could be, yep. We've got the Chariot in reverse. This is someone that there was a non-starter relationship with. Okay, we could have some Gemini energy in there. I'm picking up Gemini off of that. You could have been involved with Gemini, somebody that was an air sign. Okay, this was a non-start, or it started, or it's kind of falling apart or coming apart at the seams now. Damn. Pardon me. Okay. We saw this card. Did we see it in both Libra and did we see it Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius? Well, okay, I don't want to start that again. But there was a situation where something was taken from you, or an opportunity, or some words were exchanged that stole your trust from this person coming toward you, somebody that could have hurt you in the past. Somebody works for the DMV, okay? So we've got the Temperance card in reverse. There could have been, a situation that needed to be alchemized. I'm not positive, but somebody could have had a drinking or a drug addiction issue here. Somebody could have gone to Alcoholics Anonymous. Somebody definitely works at the DMV. The Department of Motor Vehicles is significant here. Somebody works for the Department of Transportation, Motor Vehicles, either one. Which one? I don't know. An opportunity was stolen. Something stole your opportunity. There could be an air sign involved. It's probably a female. All right, let's see. And this doesn't have to be the person coming back towards you, but this could be a work opportunity coming back. Yep. You could be, in the past, you could have looked at divorcing and maybe you put that on hold. Maybe this divorce matter was kind of tabled, or you really thought you wanted to get out of it before. Like, some of you don't have children even. And so, yep. No pregnancy. Okay, so there's a situation going on with Capricorn about no pregnancy. There was too much partying, and maybe the idea of divorce was on a table. You could still be married to somebody, and somebody new is coming into you. For some of you, it's going to be that somebody third party is going to come in. Yep, bringing illusions. Somebody could be coming in bringing you illusions. They could be a water sign. They don't have to be a water sign. They could be any number of things. It could be somebody born in the year of the dragon as well. All right, astrology could be significant here. You could, well, obviously. All right, so person coming in towards you, you could already be in a relationship that's not quite stable, that could have had some addictions that were involved. And on top of everything, we get the moon with the 7 of Cups and the 2 of Cups. For a lot of you, you're already in a relationship. Now, if this isn't about you and somebody's bringing in this temptation because everything's unstable, it could be that the person coming into you is already in a relationship. Knight of Pentacles. This is, I think, a hope and a fear for you. But for you, it's a hope. I think that this is where you're hoping somebody stable comes in. Some of you could be quite young or on the younger side. And the Knight of Pentacles is an offer. This could also be that you're hoping for a new job. Somebody brings you a new job offer. Remember, because it doesn't all have to be about relationships, but hoping for something more stable. Somebody lives in Idaho, okay, because I've got like crops and things. Or you could live in Iowa. You could live in any number of places in the United States, because this could even be Florida. But anywhere, I'm thinking about the United States because that's just what I equate it with, because I've never lived permanently anywhere else. But those are crops. I'm in the United States, so farming. Okay, so somebody has really been stressed out over something here. I'm not sure if this is about what was taken from you. This is like a lost opportunity. Somebody lost an opportunity and it's really weighing heavily. All right, the person coming towards you, Spirit, this could be, yep, somebody's looking for work. This is about work. Somebody feels like they don't have enough work. Somebody's looking for more work. Somebody is okay with work. Oh, we're going to take them. Okay, now I'm going to call it like this, but be careful of an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, because that's the person who could just be like doing shit behind your back. They could be using you. Beware of somebody coming in that is just trying to come into, bring an apology, romance you a little bit. But this Ace of Cups is coming out with the Strength card. Like if you're weak, you could fall into a third party situation, or this is a person who's in a third party trying to involve you in a situation. Good luck with that job thing. It looks like there's a chance to go back to working for the DMV or the Department of Transportation or whatever, whatever that is. All right, looks like you want your job back. Okay, so Aquarius, we are at 2:15. This deck is like, we're going to leave it because everything here is working. Aquarius, you've got good karma too. All right, Aquarius, let's find out what's going on with you. What's the current situation? We're going to use the curiosity again. All right. Again, I was going to use it the whole time. Somebody was planning to do something the whole time and it didn't work out that way. Sometimes things change, seasons change, situations change. Aquarius, okay, so for you, this next transit, the moon is in your sign, and Pluto is profound personal rebirth. This is like starting all over again. This is reinventing yourself. First house at the core of your identity. This is where you shed the old versions of yourself. Let's just say you've always worked as a mechanic. Suddenly you become an artisan, a chef. Let's say you've always worked as a chef. Suddenly you become a cobbler. This is about starting all over and shedding everything. It's like money no longer really matters. The security that matters to you is about the security in who you are as a person and not what you can provide financially. So keep that in mind, that this is about reinventing your identity and shedding yourself. Search inside yourself, Clarice. Okay, something is about yourself. Something's in storage, or something in storage that you need to attend to. There's something in storage. I keep wanting to say sturgeon. I don't know, sturgeon in Idaho. Maybe you're trying to get to Idaho. Maybe there's something about storage and Idaho that's significant. You're trying to reinvent yourself. And maybe that isn't always the easiest for you, Aquarius, because Aquarius, I believe you're a fixed sign. So sometimes other people can become as stubborn as you, and you have to let go of that. Something about storage, something about reinventing yourself. Whatever identity it is that you need to shed, whatever part of it that you are becoming, you have to let. It's kind of like, maybe the storage is about childhood, and that childhood is over, and we keep those memories that we like and we put the rest in storage. And you don't even have to keep them in storage. You could just simply give them away back to the universe, back to the environment, back to the earth, whatever. If you're super woo-woo, put them in a cord and bury them. I don't know. Somebody likes Star Wars. Somebody likes The Mandalorian. This is about a man. This is about a DeLorean. Somebody is their own main male. You're a male. 2013 is significant. 2016 is significant. All right, here we go. All right, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, Yeshua. Somebody's a chosen one. Somebody watches a chosen. Somebody watches a Mandalorian. Somebody is shedding. Somebody is shedding. Somebody has a snake. All right, fake profile. This is you becoming your most authentic self, no longer playing the games of, trying to be whatever. But we're talking about a person coming towards you. So be careful, Aquarius, that the person coming towards you isn't some kind of fake profile. Maybe they've been hiding behind a fake profile because they didn't want you to know exactly who they were. This could be somebody you work with. We've got the making bank card. So making bank could just indicate that you're focused on making money so that you can do more of what you love and less of what it takes to make that money. You're trying to make things easier, you're trying to streamline things. Aquarius, you're trying to drop the false personas, dropping people that are false, throwing shade. Even if people are throwing shade at you, fuck them. What do you care? I don't care what people say about me. I don't care what they think about me in any way. The only time it matters to me is what they think about my LinkedIn profile. Only if it relates to work. I'm an entertainer, so as long as I'm entertaining and I am myself, I'm not worried about it. You could be an entertainer. You could be very entertaining. You could be very charming, but nobody would know that because not everybody thinks of Aquarius as charming. Aquarius has charming intellect. Aquarius thinks about the big picture. Aquarius thinks about the collective. Aquarius thinks about what's good for everybody. And they'll make you a cup of tea. All right, one more here. The party scene. And X drama. There's other cards here, but there's too many. Okay, so you say no to the party scene or you're out of the party scene, took yourself out of the party scene. X drama. There could be somebody coming back to you because it's in the reverse. And if it's an X, it's canceling itself out. Somebody's a fucking mathematician. I don't know what this is. All right, we're going to look at this one and take it and then call it good because we've got going viral. All right, so you could be having somebody coming towards you. This feels like a new person. They could have blue hair. They could be African American or mixed ethnicity. Definitely blue hair. Could have some tattoos on the sleeve. Somebody very sweet. Somebody very kind. This looks like a social worker. This looks like somebody who could be a psychiatrist. Believe it or not, I know people that look just like that. Don't judge them by what they look at. This is somebody who's out here just trying to make sure that everybody's better. You could be a therapist. They could be a therapist. There could be somebody coming towards you that's in the medical or the mental health kind of services. So if you're already in a partnered relationship, it could be that you are going to find the right behavioral health person for you. Okay, it's probably going to be a female. The female could have blue hair. All right, and don't worry about it if they don't. I say that in case you find resonance in that. That's very funny. I was out yesterday, and I can't, tell you the details of it, but literally it was such resonance. I'm like, I know what that is. That is an angel. I knew exactly because something like that happened to me when I was about 15 years old, and I recognized it immediately and thought this is the reason why I went out yesterday or was on this trip at all, was to see this. All right, so let's see, Aquarius, who's coming towards you. I'm not getting any bad feelings at all. None of the drama that I've had with, some of the signs here, the last few that in the middle were really making me feel just like, I wanted to barf. Somebody barf. Somebody makes you want to barf. Maybe somebody coming towards you is just like puke worthy. All right, who's coming towards you? I know I get a good feeling from it, Aquarius. Because something that is judgment. All right, so this means something that's meant to be. The right person's coming towards you is going to be meant to be. Judgment card, something that's more like, divine from above, something that has to do with the celestial, the angels, the religious. In the past, challenge. The challenge is the victory card. You don't feel victorious. Maybe you feel like nobody notices me, nobody sees me, and here I am. I'm this wonderful person with the ring to offer. Nobody sees me, but you have to wait for divine. Wow, timing. Okay, so we got 2. We'll take this one. You've been doing a lot of hard work, and it seems like in the past you were under some sort of illusion or somebody was under illusion. This could be, I could be describing the person coming towards you. Don't forget that. And in the crowning position, 6 of Swords, this is somebody from your past that would like to come back. Or you're returning to the past. It could be you, okay? Or somebody like you. But there's the 10 of Wands at the foundation and the 6 of Swords, somebody returning to the past. But do not delude yourself. The person coming towards you needs to be very, very clear. If they're coming back from your past, Aquarius, you need to know why. Now, remember, this could be a business, this could be a friendship, this could be a job, okay? But you need to be very clear because the 6 of Swords in reverse is returning to something from the past. And we have the Magician in reverse. Be very careful because there could be some sleight of hand afoot. I've been telling you guys, the older I get, the less I like that Magician card because I have a fuller understanding of the pitfalls of that Magician. So be careful with scams, relationship scams, people who are scammers in general, people who are love scammers, love bombers. And you need to remember that as long as you're honest, the truth will set you free. There's that ring that's here on the same Six of Wands. There's a victory here. Those are laurel leaves, if you want to see it that way. Just be yourself. Be honest and communicate the truth and demand the truth. And then at least you'll be able to make a decision faster. Oh, definitely some lying motherfucker. We got the King of Cups in reverse. That is a sleazeball. You know, that's about as sleazy as a fire sign King of Wands in reverse. Okay, so the King of Cups in reverse is a water sign that just comes in and could be an alcoholic. This is a person that could be coming in offering you something that they know is a lie. They're just lying to you. This is a manipulator. And look at in the hopes and fears. There we go. There's the thief right there. Magician in reverse. Five of swords in reverse. You're over here telling the truth, demanding the truth, like I'll cut you if you're not honest with me. And there's the dishonesty right there. So be careful because somebody could be coming towards you with some kind of an offer with the Six of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Somebody could be saying, I'm telling you the truth. And no, they're not. This is a lying, stealing thief, cheater, manipulator. Fuck. Okay, so now we have for the outcome. There we go. King of Wands, but in the upright. Wait for the King of Wands. This could be a fire sign. Doesn't have to be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The month of August could be significant. A Leo could be significant. Lions could be significant. All right, obviously. Let's see. Somebody very passionate here. Somebody very creative. And they're going to communicate via text message, a letter. You know, I doubt it's going to be a letter these days. It could be an email, a text message. Watch out for that communication because it is coming. Aquarius, so be careful with the liars. All right, because there's somebody in here that's going to come and try to manipulate you. And this feels very spammy, very scammy. This could be somebody from the past or an opportunity from the past. And I don't think I feel comfortable. Test everything. Use the Ace of Swords to test everything. All right, so we are at Pisces. Okay, Pisces. How do we feel about this? Do we continue with this deck? I don't hear you. I'm kidding. Uh-oh. What'd I do with that other deck? Uh-oh. There. Curiosity. All right, let's start. I'm going to look. You know I am. Can't pick it up. All right. It's not you. It's that message before. All right. Okay, let's see, Pisces. What's going on with you? What do we have to look forward to this week? And what is your astrology here? Because we're talking about your 12th house. So the 12th house is about the past. It's about the psychology. For some people, they could say it's about, self-imposed, hermit mode. It could be psychological clearing, doing spiritual work. This could be incarceration, hospitalization, depending on the reading. But this is where you're doing the inner work, the shadow work, and you're really reflecting on things. And with the major astrology taking place that has been there for your 7th house that you're clearing up, this would be a great time for you to do some shadow work. So do that inner shadow work and literally reflect on what it is that you need to clear from your psychology, okay? Self-defeating, self-limiting belief systems, the past, the ghosts from the past. Let it all go because it doesn't matter. You can't take it forward with you, and it's only going to inhibit your ability to be free. You want to be free, Pisces. You've already let go of addictions. You've let go of any kinds of addictive behaviors, whether that be substance abuse, whether that's abusive patterns in relationships. Okay, let's see what's going on with you. We've got the curiosity. All right, for Pisces. All right, so we've got scam alert. You know how to spot the fakes and the phonies, Pisces. You've gotten very good at this because you stopped believing the illusions that people were trying to pull over your eyes like wool. You have gotten very good. You can tell when somebody's a love bomber and they're a piece of shit. You've been able to tell that when somebody presents themselves as upright and upstanding and so amazing and, just apple pie and American flags, you've been able to tell you're a fraud. And everybody knows that you've gotten so good at this. Take this one that wanted to, evil envy vibes. You've been able to say, cram your evil eye right up your ass. Nobody cares. All right, go ahead. Put me in a glass of water, freeze me in the freezer, do whatever the fuck you do. You're like, I don't care. Nothing can touch me anyway. And you've gotten very good at seeing that this is the illusion. That is the matrix. Even when people try to say that, oh, so-and-so's going to do black magic on you. Protect yourself with the Holy Spirit. You don't need anything else. You don't have to worry. You don't have to pay somebody to lift some magic off of you. You don't have to pay for that. You ask Jesus to help you, the Holy Spirit to help you. The blood of Jesus is the most powerful thing ever. There's nothing else you need. There is no witch or warlock. There is no curandero. There's no santero, no babalao that's stronger than Jesus. So just go directly to Jesus. You already learned that. All right, one more. Shove your evil eye up your ass. All right, let's see. MV vibes in reverse. Nobody can hurt you, you guys. You know that, whether you're a Pisces or anybody else. No one can hurt you if you just remain cloaked in the blood of Jesus. You have been bathed in it. Test results. You passed the test. Nothing to say about that. You already passed every test. The universe has tested you in every way, Pisces. And you have learned. If you're very young and you're going through some testing periods, know that you will pass. Know that you will pass. St. Michael is present. Archangel Sandalphon is present. Metatron is pregnant. Somebody's pregnant. Test results. Oh my gosh, be careful. Well, if you're pregnant, it is here, isn't it? All right, let's see what's... Whoa. Okay, we're going to take this one. And injustice is present here because we do not have justice, so the injustice remains, Pisces. Somebody was very unfair to you. And we have an emperor. An emperor caused you an injustice, a supposed emperor. I'm talking to you, Pisces. This could also be for any water sign, but if you're watching this, you are Pisces sun. You could be Pisces rising. You could be significant Pisces placement like a descendant or a midheaven. All right, you could just have significant placements. You could just be watching this as a cross watcher. You could be watching this by accident. I guarantee that it will help you in some way. An emperor did you dirty, huh, Pisces? Trust me, they'll get their karma. And that's something you never put your hands on. Never wish it for them. Just know that it is coming. The divine is never going to let a child of theirs be treated this way. Justice in reverse, emperor. Oh my goodness, because people think that somehow what they do here on this earth, justice, emperor, is not seen by the divine. Are you kidding me? All right, let's see. Yep. You have been done dirty by a king of swords. I'm going to place him in the reverse because I know that's who did it. So this could be an air sign. It could have been a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. This could just be a person who worked in law enforcement, a person who was part of the military, a person who was an attorney. This could have been a doctor, surgeon, a dentist. Because they made, not you, they made a foolish choice. Now you could say, well, I made a bad choice if I ended up with them. Okay, maybe. But that's all part of the plan. All right, so we have a Queen of Cups. Somebody involved was a Queen of Cups in reverse. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Didn't have to be, but we do know in the reverse that's a manipulator. So this person who's a doctor, dentist, military, whatever, attorney, got involved with somebody who was pretending to be you. How about that? That person was pretending to be you. Who's coming towards you? Why the story? Well, the universe doesn't want you to know. That means we're going to ask again. Who's coming towards you? Who's coming towards you, Pisces? Wow. Somebody, we got this. You could be associated with an Aquarius, or there could be something about one of those readings there in the previous, because we've got the Page of Swords. Somebody trying to communicate with you, definitely spying on you. The person who's coming towards you, somebody they wanted to remain hidden, and they're spying. Somebody who's been watching you for a while, Pisces, has been trying to come towards you, but has been very sneaky. I don't know how I feel about that. Somebody who did not get their wish fulfillment from you. Somebody with the Nine of Cups in reverse who did not get what they wanted. Somebody who could be overweight. Somebody coming toward you could be overindulgent, overweight, maybe bloated, a heavy drinker, something like that. All right. So we've... Ooh. Somebody isn't seeing things clearly. Maybe you already made a choice or you haven't made a choice, but you better make a choice, Pisces. Because you got your eyes closed, and we got the Wheel of Fortune as your hopes and fears. Your fear is of repeating a cycle of having to take another round on this, fucking crazy merry-go-round. And if you don't, you get off the roller coaster. If you don't take off the blindfold and look at this clearly, you will repeat this. People are at different ages and different stages, which means, of course, we're all at different stages of learning, and you can't learn without experience. But you need to look at this clearly because somebody's not seeing this clearly, and they are looking right at you. All right. So, for some of you, this could be somebody that you were married to or somebody in a high level of commitment with. Could have been living with them. Could have been cohabitating. All right. What's the summary here? Ace of Pentacles. This is not a good news start because the Ace of Pentacles is beginning of a new business venture, an endeavor, a new idea. This is bad for your physical health here. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The person coming towards you could be someone from your past or somebody who has those same traits, very similar, who's trying to come back for another go around, and they've been spying you. And I don't get a good feeling about it. This could be a person who's committed some form of DV against you, or there was some form of DV. Like, look, I'm not saying that it couldn't be you, because some people could be so triggering. There could have been both of you, could have been brawling. You know what I mean? It does happen. Obviously, it happens every day. I'm just saying that this is somebody who I would be very careful with because it is a little bit triggering. Now, for those of you that made it this far, let's do some charm readings. So we're going to go right through them. And there's a lot of them. So I'm going to put them out on the table and we're going to read them from all the way from Aries to Pisces. All right. Just a charm reading. Okay, so Aries. For Aries, we've got the S that looks like a Superman to me. I always get Superman from this. This always looks like an hourglass to me. And we have this little holy cross right here. So Aries, what I'm getting from this is that you have to be your own superhero, or a superhero ran out of time. That superhero could be a fire sign like you. Doesn't have to be. There's nothing here other than the hourglass that makes me think of time. Okay, that could be an air sign. But just know that there is no Superman. Okay, Superman is for the comic books. A real superhero is people like you and me, and we're the ones that we don't give up on ourselves. We don't give up on the people that we love, and we certainly make sure that we protect people, and we make sure that people feel safe because we're there for them, not people that abandon us or say, well, you ran out of time. All right, I'm going to put that aside so I don't choose it again. For Taurus, got something on my shirt. All right, so for Taurus, all right, we've got an eclipse on here with the sun and the moon. We have this, I know what this is to me, and this is for scrying and for sigil work. So there could be somebody that has been doing this or trying to look or peer into your life, doing some mirror work or something. We have the astrological symbol, your own Taurus, and we have Scorpio. So Scorpio and or Taurus is significant, as is a Capricorn. We've got the number 1 mom charm. Oh, we have a 4-leaf clover. Something about March will be significant. And we got this kind of spam cam, somebody's Can-Am. Okay, so the way I look at this little grouping of charms lets me know that there could be those astrological signs involved. Something with the eclipse in March is going to be of significance. You're a terrific mom, or a great mom is coming in to mentor you or to help you with your children if you don't. For others of you, you could have somebody who's trying to, pry into your life and do some weird magic with some bullshit kind of kitchen witchery thing, and it isn't going to work. If you're saying, no, Rita, I know that somebody's doing this kind of stuff on me, or they're looking into me, trying to mess me up, trust me, they can't do anything to you unless you somehow agree to, on some subconscious level, to be a victim. And I'm just going to go down with that and tell you that that's how I roll. All right, Gemini. All right, so for Gemini, we have a chain. Now, it's a broken piece of chain, so for me, it always indicates that some chain or some cycle is over, that you've broken free. We've got a little heart, now this acrylic heart, and this other heart that has a little nurse's hat on it. It could mean that your heart health is significant, that somebody's heart health has been significant. You just need to watch your cardiovascular health. And for something else, it could be that you broke free of some cycle, something, that was causing you medical issues that could have affected your heart. You're breaking free from that. You've broken free. So that was Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. So we've got Cancer. That's too many. Okay, so for Cancer, we got a salamander. Here is significant. That could indicate something about summer, hot places, or locations. Could be California, Arizona, etc. We got wedding bells. That should be pretty self-explanatory. This one, what the heck is this? I don't know what this is. What is this? Oh, I see. It's a squirrel. So you've got news coming towards you. Somebody's bringing news towards you. What I say, Cancer? The initial Q is significant. Somebody's bringing you news. It's going to be funny news. It's going to be comical news, but it will be gossipy. We've got the Hamza hand. So you have divine protection. You are protected. Some of you could be getting into some yoga or some other practices that are kind of psycho-spiritual. And we've got a key. You may have moved recently, or you will be moving recently. Or moving soon, not recently. Somebody definitely moved. All right, for Leo. I got a lot for you. Okay, Leo, we've got an ear cuff that looks like the OK symbol. In some countries, that's not so good. All right, so everything is okay. This was actually, I used to wear this early on. I only have, you know, my ears pierced, my earlobes pierced. So I used to think I was a badass wearing this little thing, like a little ear cuff. I think this was like late 80s or so, early 90s maybe. So maybe somebody is not into, maybe you don't have any piercings either. You know, no piercings, no tattoos. Maybe you're just like, I'm okay, just the way I am. And we have, what is this? Oh, you've got a lucky kind of koi fish. Some kind of aquatic fish is significant because you also have a shark. You could be talking to somebody who loves the ocean. We also have this little skull and crossbone symbol, so something could be significant about death or transition or changing something, letting something end so that something new could begin. We have a little elephant, so you definitely have a good memory here. We have an X is significant. I always take that to mean an X as in your ex person. And we have somebody who could be a Sagittarius because this is a little archery symbol. And we have a star and a cross. So looking at this grouping, I think that you have laid your ex to rest because you remember what's happened. You've got some great memories about the past, but you also understand that the subconscious with the ocean animals is what helps you remember where to basically focus, like your North Star, okay, like this locket. So you've already released this, and to me this looks like it could have something to do with the Sagittarius, that you've just really let this go and that you've focused more on prayer and being prayerful and focusing on the spiritual. All right, where were we at? Leo, Virgo. All right, so Virgo, I'm not looking, I'm just putting my fingers in there and hoping I gotta redo my manicure, so it's okay if it gets a little bit busted up. Oh, somebody's initial could be R. We've got, Cupid. And we've got, your initials could be like mine, Rita Yanez. Okay, so we've got 2 bicycles. Look at that. We've got Cupid, love, heart, dragonfly. And what is this? Loyalty, a dog with a bone. There's somebody who won't let go of you, honey. And we have the word believe. So looking at this grouping, there's no way. I almost want to say bicycle built for 2 because look at, there are 2 bicycles. But if you look at this one right here, there's a male with a little female on the back. I never noticed that before. You're definitely ending up in a relationship soon if you're not in one, or if you are in one, it is going to be a good one. Your initials, I don't know what to say. Maybe you're in love with me. Your initials could be RY. The dragonfly is significant. Somebody could be from South Carolina. Something about, 2009 is significant to you. 2012 is significant. 2022 is significant to you. And definitely something about love. You need to believe in that, in your future, and that everything is going well for you. Definitely bicycle built for 2, for definitely in a good relationship if you're in one, and heading toward one if you're not. Libra. All right, so for Libra, we've got the initial Y is significant, and we've got a bullet. All right. Now, the initial E is significant. Let me think. Carnelian. Somebody could feel like a relationship that they're in is kind of like a sacrifice, or you feel like, look, I dodged a bullet by not getting with this person or getting away with this person, because we've got an airplane. So flight is significant. Getting away is significant. A pilot is significant. We've got the butterfly, which is transformation. We've got a horse. Some definitely getting the fuck away. Maybe you got away from something, get away, airplane, racing. Somebody keeps trying to come back to you or back to the future. I don't know why I said it that way. There could be a Pisces and a Scorpio that is significant here. Both of them are water signs. So water sign is significant. Somebody's initials are E and Y. And the little dinosaur means somebody either older than you or something from the past is significant, or a problem from the past, or the past has returned or is returning. So be careful, because to get this bullet, it's not a big caliber bullet. This is a 22, so it's not a big deal, but you want to be careful because you could shoot yourself in the foot, Libra. Okay, Scorpio, have I damaged it yet? Just a little bit. All right, Scorpio. Ooh, I didn't grab enough. Let's go back in. Oh no! Look, I'm telling you that okay, look at again the Libra and the Scorpio reading is connected, because we have another 22 bullet, even though the other 22 bullet is over here. Libra, are you trying to shoot Scorpio, or Scorpio trying to shoot you? Okay, the initial C is significant. That's really tiny. I don't know if you could see that. Kitty cats are significant. Locked secrets in a kitty cat are significant. We have the word dream is significant, and we have the Holy Cross. You're protected from whatever this is. It looks like everything is going very well for you, that everything is very simple for you and doesn't need more explanation. But then we have Vince Camuto over here. It fell off a bathing suit that was purchased for me in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico could be significant. Vince or Camuto could be significant again with that initial C. It looks like everything's going well for you. You're just like dodging bullets, and you bought a new bathing suit anyway. So, all right, Sagittarius. All right, so for Sagittarius, we have a slipper. So we've got this little shoe. We've got with a Louis heel on it. We have a little bow. We have an old key, a very old key for a very old lock. We've got a camel. We also have a little holy cross. We've got another key here too, but this one is different. I'm trying to remember what that goes to, and I can't remember now. There's a heart. There is a tear-shaped charm, and we have your own sign. A Sagittarius, you're like trying to come home to yourself, like you're looking for Cinderella. Maybe you took somebody's shoe. They've got your shoe. A mule is significant. Somebody's slipper. This always makes me think of Cinderella. So are you looking for somebody to put the shoe on, or you're looking at everybody and you're like, it doesn't matter which door I open, where I go to the desert. I'm crying because I'm trying to, that's conspicuous. Maybe you're in love with a Sagittarius, or a Sagittarius is in love with you. The camel makes me think of distance, going the distance, crossing over the desert, just trying to go. You're having to go very far with very little water, very few resources that you have to kind of like, maybe you've got a health issue where you're pacing yourself. The bow makes me feel like this. I feel like you're crying over somebody who isn't your Cinderella. Maybe you've had to take your shoe back from somebody. Maybe you've had to take it back because it's like, one key opened it and then the other key shut it, and somebody's crying. There could be a situation there with the bow, the ribbon, and the slipper. I just really get this feeling like you're trying to come back to yourself so that then you could take your shoe and present it to see if it fits the right Cinderella. Two keys, they are so different. Maybe you were dealing with two people that were so different that one was like, well, I knew the key when I saw it. Then I went to the key that didn't look like a key. It looks like freaking something almost alien-like with a big head, okay? Capricorn, let's see what we've got for you. Make good choices in relationships, you guys, because, think about that Cinderella story. Could be the person who's Cinderella, could be the one that you just don't expect, and that's the right one. But that's what the universe does. It tests us to see if we know the difference. Okay, so the initial R, Capricorn, is significant to you. The sign Taurus is involved here. We have mermaids are significant. Hummingbirds are significant. The initial S is significant. So we've got the number 4 or dice are significant. Your X is significant. We also, you might be connected to Sagittarius, because we also have a key with some weird ends that could be a frickin' alien. And then we have a key that's very normal and looks like any other key should. We have a hot air balloon. Somebody wants to get away as well. You definitely are connected to the Sagittarius reading. And we also have a rabbit. Follow the right white the right rabbit, follow the right rabbit, follow the white rabbit. There's a transformation that's occurring. And here, this coin always cracks me up because it's probably from, I think this is from a car wash in LA, but it has no cash value. Somebody here was the fake. Somebody was the wrong key. Maybe your person is a mermaid who's a Taurus associated with hummingbirds, and your ex is the risk you took. You're trying to get away in a hot air balloon and you didn't follow your ex is the wrong one. Don't go in that direction. Your ex is associated with the name S, or stay away from the letter S and go to the letter R, Capricorn. Aquarius. Okay. All right, Aquarius. Oh, got some big ones. Letter S, you could be connected to the other reading. See how that works. We've got a couple of keys. So I know what this is for. Somebody was in modeling. Somebody did fashion shows or does fashion shows or is a model. We've got a holy cross. We've got a horse, or not a horseshoe. We've got seahorse. We have a fairy on the moon. We have another ocean symbol here. We've got this kind of, what is that? Shit, I can't tell. I never really, some kind of a bird. Maybe that's a pelican. I can't tell. There's some kind of a bird. This is some kind of a sea symbol. We have a treasure chest. The ocean is significant to you, Aquarius. We've got this little, I don't remember what these are called, but like when I was a kid, that's like all of our, when you were studying flashcards, you put them on these hooks. We've got the praying hands. What does this say? I think this came off of some jewelry. Like store costume jewelry. Claire's. The name Claire could be significant. Moving or a new house could be significant to you. The ocean is definitely significant. You could live near the ocean. We've got hope. You've had to be very hopeful and prayerful in a situation, Aquarius. Now, this could mean with various keys that you've got different options. Maybe you're thinking about moving. Maybe you're thinking about changing jobs or locking something up just kind of temporarily so that it doesn't get spilled or doesn't get stolen. But there's a situation here with the treasure chest. Isn't that cute? There's a situation here with the treasure chest that maybe you could say that your treasure lies at the bottom of the ocean, but even if it is at the bottom of the ocean, you have to remember you may have to dig for it. There's a situation that could be related to a job or some loyalty or some pairing. For those of you that are single, you're looking for that other permanent seahorse partner that becomes your second pair of keys. But you have to remain hopeful and prayerful. This is always very whimsical to see, the moon with a little fairy on it. Somebody's name could be Claire, could be a C name. Somebody could have an S name. Now, if those aren't initials, those could stand for something that only you know that I don't. But Aquarius, this is also, to me, if I look at this, it cracks me up a bit because I'm thinking keys on a ring. So you got to make sure that you're, living in the real world and that everything does not become the fantasy that, like, well, my treasure is definitely at the bottom of the ocean, or my treasure, I'm like a pirate and, on booty calls with people. I don't know why I'm going in that direction. The ocean is definitely significant. I almost said naked. The ocean is significant to you, but what you have to remember is that you need to stay in the real world and make conscious decisions, because the ocean also represents the subconscious, the what it is that we kind of dream up, the dream state. I'm thinking about the snake. Just don't delude yourself. All right, and Pisces. So for Pisces, you could be connected. Also, we've got this little diver's helmet. We've got another crystal, a clear quartz crystal, so you could be very clear in your intentions at this time and know what you're doing. Yeah, your reading, you were getting very clear. You could be dealing with the Virgo, or you are a Virgo, or you're like me, Virgo rising with, I'm a Pisces descendant. And here you are having a key. This key could just be indicative of opening things and or locking things up, or small valuables. Make sure that you watch your valuables, and especially if you're traveling a lot, that you know where you place things. Don't carry a bunch of little pieces of luggage around that you could leave in an airport, at a lounge or something. You got several words here. We have hope, trust, family, brave. Very good of you. And we got a couple of signs here as well as that Virgo. We've got an Aries and a Libra. Isn't that crazy? Like, that's what we're seeing. These are kind of like reinforcing themselves. A family tree could be significant to your ancestry and or DNA. And we have here, what is this? Oh, We have a dragon. Dragons are significant to you. I almost thought that was a bat. So bats are significant. And we also have a peacock here. So peacocking, maybe you feel, maybe you're like, look, I look hot, I look amazing. So why am I going to hide it? Don't hide it. You know, like if you're beautiful and you present yourself beautifully, then do that. Don't worry about other people thinking that you're stuck up. Well, what you happen to know your value. What the hell is this? I'm gonna say that this is some strange, I don't know. That I don't know what that is. You guys are gonna have to tell me if you know what this is. I don't know. Maybe it's another kind of diver's helmet because it doesn't really look like a jester. Is this a Halloween charm? Is that supposed to be like a pumpkin mask? And then we have this broken charm. This is like from so long ago. This is a broken palm tree. So wherever it was, wherever you were, that had to do with the palm tree. Don't worry about the palm tree anymore. Whatever that was, remember, it was just a dream. It was just an experience. It was just to help you level up, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that some of these symbols, some of these omens, some of these signs, some of this advice resonates with you. And if there's anything else that I can do for you, please let me know what I could do for you. And don't forget to like and subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. It keeps me motivated, keeps me kind of excited about doing this. This is a hobby that I do because it is fun for me. I am a life coach, among other things. So really what I love to do is share a little bit of inspiration and entertainment with you. Take good care, and I'll be talking to you soon. Love you. Bye.